We just need to pop in before you start the show.
We're here for the green room.
Yeah.
He wants all the green M&Ms.
No, I got all the cheesecake M&Ms from Ollie's the other day.
So
you're on it now, actually.
Oh no.
You just say
Yeah, stop scratching your boobs.
Can I start scratching?
Yeah.
Frank scratching his boobs.
What happened to Frank? Oh, I thought his camera froze and broke.
Yeah, like Doug. Right.
That's my impression of Doug.
Good. Right.
It's bull. It's a bunch of.
What?
It fucking sucks.
Let me tell you what all the problem is.
Pulls out his phone with a little shitty soundboard.
Here's some wrestling so you can get canceled.
Right. Thanks, Duncan McLeod, the one Highlander.
Oh boy.
I wonder how much money you would pay to never have to hear that ever again.
Who, that dude?
Yeah, Kevin McLeod. I hear them say, "Oh yeah, it's Duncan McLeod."
What is the difference between Mick Jagger and a Scotsman?
What?
Mick Jagger says, "Hey, you, get off of my cloud," and a Scotsman says, "Hey, McLeod, get off of my you."
And so, after Frank's horrible jokes have drawn us all off the show.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to episode...
Hi, everybody.
82.
Episode whatever. Let's start in order of the images on my screen here. Benjamin, what have you been up to? Eating on your microphone.
Currently eating M&Ms.
M&M and M&Ms.
Mm-hmm. Some of those white cheesecake Valentine's Day M&Ms.
You don't like cheesecake, Frank?
I can't imagine M&M form.
Oh, that's nothing.
I can.
I remember the pumpkin pie M&Ms.
No.
Oh yeah.
They were good, but they were just too rich.
So you've been eating M&Ms. Okay, Ian, what have you been up to?
Let's go Solange.
Okay.
Almost 5'4" on a good day.
How tall do you get on a great day?
On a great day, I don't get out of bed, so I don't get very tall.
Best day ever.
There's Ron White talking on a good day. He's like that. On a bad day, on a great day, he's like that. No, never mind.
So anyway, right.
So
we're back to Ian.
Well, okay. So as you can see, my camera angle is different, and that's because I took my desk apart to cable manage the wires going across the back frame, so they're going to be going, like along there.
Now, I don't think Solange knows about your plans with the clamp for that you were showing last time I was on.
Oh yeah, I don't have them at my desk right now, but I have these. I made like these boards, like
get the bird away from the microphone, Ben.
It is, Frank.
I like these plates that I made out of like cutting board, like plastic material, and I just like painted them black. But I bought some like a sheet of black plastic online that I'm gonna use instead of trying to use like cutting boards and stuff. It's just getting to be sort of expensive after a while of buying a ton of them. So yeah, I'm buying these. I'm gonna have like one plate on the top and one plate on the bottom, and the glass is gonna be sandwiched in between. So when I put the clamp on it, it's not gonna put too much pressure on one little itty bitty point on the glass, because these monitor arms that I have for my monitors, they just use a clamp, and most of the time they're meant just for like a wood desk or whatever to clamp onto. But since it's glass, you don't want the glass to crack or nothing, obviously. So
He's going to put them on the glass.
What about like? Oh wait, is that a reference to somebody in jail?
No,
Movie?
that's a Sir Mix-a-Lot song about talking about putting
Oh.
titties on glass.
Oh, well, basically, what Ian's saying is that he's got an arm to attach to his desk for his tablet. Yeah,
I gotta do.
but yeah, okay. So he's attaching arms to his desk, and his desk is made of glass, and he's trying to even out how much it how much it doesn't just stress on one point and break. Although
Yeah.
forearms, is it like the forearms? Are those for different monitors or for the one?
Yeah. Yeah, it's for 4 different ones. This is gonna have 2 on this one, and then 2 on the other. So yeah, and each of them are gonna have its own base. They're pretty much gonna be like wedged onto the frame, so it's gonna be like it's part of the frame. Essentially, it's gonna be mounted to. So it should be pretty decent. Most of the weight should be on the frame then.
Cool.
So you bought like a couple of cutting boards and cut them up and painted them.
Yeah. Right. Well, the cutting boards I got they're like that white plastic material.
You can get black cutting boards. Did you know that?
Well, they didn't have any around in my area, so I just decided to, instead of trying to repurpose cutting boards, I just bought the same type of material online and just like a sheet that's already black. So
Paint it
Yeah,
black.
I was gonna say, if painting a cutting board black would not work well. It'd be very difficult to do, and it would peel off of the plastic easily.
Yeah, and I ended up getting this keyboard, which Frank wanted me to do a sound test. Right, Frank?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Sounds like Eminem.
I have an older keyboard just for reference. So this is an old keyboard. It's just like basic black, old-fashioned kind. And it's kind of mushy. I'm not sure what kind of Swiss do you think this is? Is like a old office mechanical kind or something?
Actually, mechanical. I was gonna say rubber domes.
Oh, you think this is rubber domes?
The majority of them are.
Yeah. And then this is my new keyboard here.
Ooh, that's the one with the blue switches, right?
Yeah, it's the blue switches. Yeah, this one's really clicky.
How you like it?
It's really nice. You really got me into these keyboards, man, because I'm thinking about getting, those. I know you didn't. They were like way too gaudy, but they came out with a different color. You remember those gold keycaps, like gold and silver? Well, they came out with like a black silver one, which is like a lot darker, so it would match, the plate with this more. It looks pretty cool. It's just like really shiny, like black kind of. I pull up a picture, but it's like I'm getting into that. I want to do maybe like try to start getting into my own like 3D printed caps and stuff. So
I follow guys on Instagram that do that kind of shit. It's cool.
What about what? How much was that one keyboard where like each key is an LCD screen?
Which one? The one that what the hell is his name uses?
Chris Burlow.
Yeah, Perillo. He bought that back in like 06 or something.
I like that he had a Rickroll button. So
never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down.
turn around and hurt you.
I'm thinking about getting one of those in a few weeks. I'm gonna get another one. This keyboard is gonna be for my older computer, but the main one I want to get is more expensive. I want to get like a Razer one. I was thinking about. Razer has a nice 10 keyless one. I think for me the good middle ground is the 10 keyless. I think
So you're not into those Dvorak keyboards or?
I figured you'd like the Cooler Master one that's come out. There's one that's got like a Type C connection.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just saw it on in the video for where Jay was making fun of Linus with the Dyson shit.
Oh, yeah.
It was like the in-video ad.
Yeah. Well, I'm still trying to look around, but I do want to get another 10 keyless one. You know,
Infinity
this
screen.
this was the ones I was thinking about. Like I said, they had the gold ones, and then the silver ones, which are like really gaudy. But I think the black looked pretty cool.
Hey, Solange, remember that joke I told you about the red door and the golden toilet?
Yes.
There you go.
Just took me a minute. I'm like, that was the other. You told me that one on roast beef night, didn't you? That was a tiring night.
Yeah, that was a lot of
You
people's
know
work.
Yeah.
You
You know what I'm surprised by? Is how fast my snails have grown.
Nails?
So I got 2 snails the night that when I went and got those worms. So that was like what, 3-4 weeks ago. And I got a couple snails that were like really tiny. Like the base of their suction thing was probably about the size of a dime. And now it's like bigger than a quarter. It's grown that much in like the last 3-4 weeks. And my other snail I got was tiny when I got it. And it's like this big. It's huge.
Huge.
And Henry's growing again. Because he's starting to shed scutes again. So he's going through another growth spurt, I think.
Oh.
Right. So
Yeah.
Anyways, like I just think it's cool, funny that like
hey, if you guys can random babble about random stuff, so can I. I haven't even told you about my fish yet, or my cats.
It's our show.
Well, you invited me on. I'm going to talk about what I want to talk.
I love you, babe.
I don't care about tech crap. I'm going to talk about my turtle, my snails, and my cats, and my fish.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I know you're excited, Frank. I can tell.
Yeah, it's my excited face.
I've seen Ben's excited face.
Oh, pull her microphone. That's not an excited face. That's O face.
Oh, I've seen both.
Oh my!
I've seen both.
Okay.
Boy.
Yeah.
I love having my girlfriend here and letting her troll my brother. It works so much better than when I do it.
It's fun. It's fun.
So what was this, Ian? You were saying that you were excited because of some.
Well, I didn't.
Oh,
I
you
know I
should
was
see the
saying
pen I
it
got.
before, but
Oh, the nudie pen.
I got a nudie pen. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. It was broken.
There she goes.
There she goes.
Right.
And,
Bye,
Yeah.
monetization.
Anyway,
Is it a proper nude photo, or did they just like airbrush out?
I just
No.
like all the customization you can do.
Let
with the
me
keyboard.
see here.
That's what.
yeah.
It's a drawing. So it's not an
I didn't
actual
see it
photo.
before, but I didn't think about it.
But it is an actual drawing. With the red that comes down behind
So-
it and kind of sort of masks it.
is it louder than your other keyboard?
No, it's a pretty quiet pen. But when you click it,
Well,
listen to this.
Sorry, you guys can't stay. Bye-bye.
It's a little bit loud when you click it, but when you write it, it's nice and smooth and it's quiet then.
Oh, should I show him that pencil that I was going to bring you?
Yeah, that's exciting. I'm curious to see if it's a pencil crayon or if it's colored pencil or if it's wax.
Well, yeah.
Pencil talk with Ian with Ben and Solange.
So
I'm looking forward to that.
it's this.
There's a lot of colors in there. Holy crap.
Yeah, it's a nice.
Wow.
Mhm.
I thought there's only like 10 or so. There's like at least 20. 30
Yeah,
or
and you
something.
could take the different ones out and swap out the tip, and then it's got this little.
I'm looking forward to that one.
Cap.
There's a cap on it? Oh, sweet.
Yeah, it's a MIDI
That's
killer.
great. That's fucking great.
So, man, whatever happened to your old podcast that you fired us from?
I didn't fire you. I just
What-
said, guys, this has become its own thing. You guys should have it. I've been meaning to revamp it. I've been busy working on animating the last few weeks.
You should work,
You could always
you
have
put
her
on
on
stuff
that,
that's
right?
gonna make money.
You guys could do pencil talk on your old podcast.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, we've talked.
Do that on a regular call.
Remember our podcast, Ian, where we talked about cables and file formats.
Ooh, sexy.
Oh yeah.
It gets me hard.
Yeah.
Hey, different strokes for different folks.
I also have 2-ended pencil crayons here. Praying. I like them.
Yep.
They're fun. Yellow and orange.
Yeah,
I have
that stuff interests
right
me.
here a Faber-Castell pencil sharpener. If you open it up, there's 3 different options for sharpening.
Have you looked into those hacks for your pencil sharpener suction cup thing?
What I did actually is when I was at last week, a few days after I got it, a week and a half ago, I was at work in the back room where the recycling is, and there's this little piece of glass about this big. So I just brought it home, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put duct tape just around the edges so I don't cut myself, and I'm going to just put it on my coffee table, and then my my vacuum pencil sharpener, my X-Acto one, will just suction to that. And my $40 pencil sharpener that I paid $4 for will work just fine. I really like that because it's a really nice point.
So, Ben, what are you guys gonna watch for date night?
We haven't decided yet.
We might watch some more MST3K.
Maybe.
That might be.
Are you in the new season or?
No,
Well,
we
we already
finished
watched-
that.
Yeah, we finished that one, and now I'm introducing her to the Mike and Joel series.
I thought of something else I wanted to watch. I'm trying to remember what it was though.
Netflix kind of has stuff out of order, so it's.
Yeah.
But it
I'm sure
really
you guys
doesn't
have a lot
matter
to
too
watch.
much if it's in order.
No.
So yeah, we've got all kinds of things we can watch together.
Mm-hmm. There's something else that I thought of that I wanted to watch. I can't remember what it was.
I'm sure you'll remember. You guys got so much to watch, so little time. Right?
Yeah, this is true.
Mm-hmm. We watched through a lot of weird things together already, though. Like we watched all of the infomercialism on the. Yeah. What was the thing we started going through now? I think we started watching Good Mythical Morning. I think we're slowly going through that. You ever seen that show, guys?
No.
And then there's some stuff I watch that Solange doesn't want any part of. Like,
Yeah.
I told her about that video of Furious Pete and Steve-O
Drinking each other's pee.
No. Yeah, no, not gonna watch that one.
Good for you.
Have fun.
Have you watched it yet, Frank?
No.
Well, then how do you know? How do you know?
How do you know it's not like that box in Indiana Jones that'll they'll like turn you into stone or whatever?
I've seen people drink pee before.
Well,
okay.
This is where the show has gone, Ian.
This is where the show has gone.
So anyway, is Ian still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, I was making sure he hadn't dropped or nothing.
Yeah.
So
honestly, I think we should let you guys get on to date night though.
Hint that you don't like us taking over your show.
That's okay. We'll get going, you guys. Have fun.
Bye-bye.
Don't forget to take a look at that battle station that Solange brought in, man. And Frank
Yeah,
again.
we'll bring it up on the show. Just that.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got a.
Reference my name.
We got to
Make
keep
sure
the
you reference
show.
my name.
Okay. So PB.
Yeah, Doug's got to keep it short. We probably got a lot to get through.
We're gonna be up till 4 a.m, knowing us. That's how we roll. Shit.
Well, I don't even know
on
if you'll be
Beatles.
sleeping anyways, Frank, with the dog.
Oh no, they're on strict bedtime. Because if not, Sunday night's hell.
All right. Well, I guess we'll get going then.
Okay.
So,
Good night, guys.
Bye.
all right, guys. Thanks
Bye.
for letting us come in and say hi.
Sure,
How
no
do I
problem.
hang up?
Bye bye.
It's the red hang up button.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Hello.
Yeah, we needed Doug to come on and be Doug.
You know, as
I
often as
missed
he
that.
eats on the show, Ben's louder than Doug. Because
Hey,
Doug never crunch, rustle, crunch. You had a keyboard.
Hey, that's why those two are two peas in a pod, right?
Yeah, that's the word I used to describe them. So,
Yeah.
so
But
so
yeah,
what we
I actually wanted him to. I was hoping that he would come on so he could complain and that he would be like, "Oh, come on, what pen? Really, pen?"
so like what are you
Anyways.
drinking on today there, Soda Top Boy?
Well, we don't have. We gotta get through stuff, so I'm not even gonna do the soda talk thing. I'm just doing. Yeah, Frank will do it. I've
give
got
a
this.
fuck.
They had it on sale I think I got it for like $2 each. 6
$2.
Pineapple Fanta,
Mhm.
and then I have peach Fanta, which it's not bad. It tastes like peach.
Yeah, it's got a pretty pleasant taste. I'm finishing up a Baja Blast, and I got another ice. I almost bought a 2-liter ice. Today I got gas, and the Speedway was the cheapest. And when you pull in, they have a sign that says, save 15 cents by buying any 3 beverages. I'll fucking drink 3 beverages. So I went in and bought some. Well, it was like, save 10 cents. I scanned my card. It's like, oh, you can save 15 cents. Okay. So I was really tempted, but I didn't buy a 2. I'd never seen an ice in a 2-liter. I didn't know they even made it. So
Yeah.
that's cool.
But anyways, I was trying to say I like investing in things that, like has like a whole platform surrounded on it where you can, like upgrade and make it better than what it is at that time, like my 3D printer and computers and stuff, and I'm just excited to, like get into all that stuff with like maybe doing stuff with the 3D printing keycaps, maybe getting those ones that I showed on the show. But this one isn't bad. This was only $40. It's really clicky.
Click. Yeah, mine's. I don't know if you can hear.
Yeah. Yours is really fast. You got this.
Yeah, the speed switches. I'll just put my fingers on the key, and I've already pressed like 4 buttons. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a really fast typer, so I don't like, and I'm not like a hardcore gamer, so like I'm not that worried about the speed, I guess.
What is it they say? The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy. What the hell? Oh, lazy dog.
Nice. But yeah, like I was gonna ask you, like what, like I found a page that has like the different like the different manufactured like the like the actual slopes of the keycaps and stuff like that, and the sizes and stuff. Like I was trying to research. I haven't been able to find anything like the different shapes that it actually mounts onto. Like I know all the Cherry is like a plus sign or whatever.
Right.
I thought I saw like a round one which had like another like circle cut out of the bottom of it or something like that.
Right. There's
I know
the
there's a couple different shapes.
yeah, because there's the was it Rover G or whatever switches from Logitech. The like obviously the MX cherries, the Topper. I don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of them are the same design. Sometimes they even make they make rubber domes that still take mechanical like MX style caps because they'll have a little thing at the end of the dome. So
Right.
there's all there is it. Are you on the subreddit mechanical keyboards? Those dudes are obsessed.
Yeah, I saw something about that. Yeah, like I was trying to find a link. I bookmarked it on my phone. I'm not.
There's a guy that had I was looking at his setup, and the guy's like, "Nice setup, but why all the keyboards?" I'm like, "You must not go to mechanical keyboards." I mean, this guy had a like a bin with it was like shelves with just keyboard. And I only have one nice one. I would like to get more. See, when I got this one, wanted to get everything that I wanted in a keyboard in one. And now, like, you can get a mechanical 10 keyless Cherry, keyboard from like Corsair or Cooler Master, and you don't have to spend a whole bunch of money. Let me see how much the Cooler Masters are going for on Amazon.
I think this is the one that you're referencing. Referential. Geekac thread. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, see they have all the different
yeah, Alps. Yeah, I forgot about them.
Yeah, mine is more kind of like this, which is like a tie how or something, I think. Because then I noticed like the front are more angled, the back are more angled, and is like I guess it's not just like the shape of the thing that it plugs into. It's also like the like the slope of
the slope of the. A lot of guys with the Corsair keyboards, they flip their space bar upside down, and some you can't because the bottom row will be not standard. So it'll be shrunk just a little and piss people off.
Yeah. Well, I know some people buy like those keycap. Yeah, they buy the keycaps and like it doesn't like the thing is like wider or something, so it can't even fit into the thing with the other keys, So like they have to have like the whole bottom row a lot of times, I guess. I see that they have to go without the new keycaps, which looks kind of weird.
Now I'm going to try to screen share here.
All right.
Yeah, like I got this right here is a Cooler Master 10 keyless Cherry MX Reds.
Oh, that's not bad.
For $80.
Nice.
So, there's options out there. I mean, if you that's the 10 keyless
for $100. I mean, I know yours was more expensive because it had all the like the
I got the media keys,
multimedia, and all that extra stuff.
See, this has even got the 10. But this one even has the 10 key, and it's only $76.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool. See, I like it. Like most of it's plain. There's not like a big ass logo in the middle of the fucker.
Yeah, right.
Put a bunch of keycaps on it and be a big falcon or a dragon. You're like, damn it, it's a phoenix.
Yeah, you can see that on this one, the red dragon. It's not a huge deal, but I think I'll be fine with the 10 keyless. It's just like since I'm getting used to this, but I'm not going to go to the 60% because you're learning a whole new keyboard pretty much then.
Right. Now you said you got a red dragon?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have got just flat out red RGB, LED instead of full on RGB. They have higher, reviews, 4.4 out of 5 stars. So
yeah,
they must be high.
RGB. Yeah, it seems like it's pretty good. The RGB, I still got to figure out. Like, you have to do the function or whatever. You have to press the function button and manually change the things. It's not in the software. That's the main thing. Because everybody likes to have their software synced with all their like the Aurora and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
Right.
what software do you use with your Corsair? Did they have their own that you had to use, or did you use the
Yes.
Asus Aurora?
No, they've got their own software. It's what the hell is it called? I got it up here in my Corsair utility engine. And then I also have my mouse as Logitech, so I have a Logitech what the hell is it called? Actually, I don't think I even have. No, I don't think, because I forgot my mouse. Once you program it, you don't have to use the software unless you want to change it. So I can unplug this and take it to another computer, and it'll still. It should keep the settings, I think, but I don't remember what the software is to change it off the top of my head. But
I also
anyway.
got this too. This is my wireless one where the LED light comes on every time you like press a button or something.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's not that good, and the keys are like they're really flat. They're the kind that you hate.
Oh, chiclets.
And it's not even that loud either. Like you can barely hear it.
You hit a key and you have to look up and make sure it took.
Yeah,
I hate that bullshit. Form over function.
I still have it hooked into my computer because I take it over to the TV and
I have my Corsair, and then I thought I had it in that drawer. Oh, in this drawer. And then I've got my old Dell for the Dell down here, which I don't have to use the keyboard. I only kept the mouse plugged in because I would have to wake up the Mouse Without Borders sometimes because the server wouldn't start on its own. So
yeah.
But anyway.
But yeah, like I was thinking it's gonna be kind of hard though because I'm not like if I decide to do my own keys for it, like 3D printed and everything, I'm gonna have to do like if I want to have letters on there, I don't want to do like cheesy decals and stuff for the letters,
Right.
I'm gonna since my printer is a dual color, I can do black and then have the keys like a different color. Like you could get like transparent filaments, so like the light would show through.
Groovy.
So I think that would be pretty cool. And I haven't seen anything like that on the Thingiverse.
I saw a guy.
Models, but
I don't remember where it was. He took a set of keycaps and he used a grinder and just ground off the top layer where your finger actually touches. So the plastic was like semi-transparent. So the key cap like around it was black, but the top was clear. So the light shone through it.
Yeah.
Because, he needed to change something.
Right. Yeah. I wanted to look at the bottom of the keycap, but I don't know if my keyboard came with a keycap remover. And I don't think you can use your fingers. I don't want to break. I'm worried to break a key or something,
Right. That's all you need. Does this go off? Oh, shit. I was watching my one guy unbox headphones, and he took the pad off, and he's like, "Oh, whoops, shit," because they were like seriously glued, and it came apart.
Shit. Well, the review said that you can take the keycaps off of these, and I mean,
yeah, I mean they're probably similar to cherry. It does. I mean, I think the image on the Amazon page said they were like cherry caps or whatever, right?
Yeah. The blue or whatever. I'm not sure if I don't know if they're.
Yeah,
I don't think they're MX blue or they're regular blue, but I mean they're still pretty clicky. I like it.
Right, I think like razor greens are supposed to be somewhat similar to MX blues, but I don't know. I wish I knew.
Yeah.
The thing I don't like about Razer keyboards is they always have a big chin on them. Like old monitors have a big ass chin.
Oh,
that bezel.
What is this? Did you send me the link for that?
For what?
The Cooler Master or whatever.
Oh no, I was I was screen sharing that. Hold on, let me go back to it.
Yeah. Yeah, like I do 100, 120 maybe for a keyboard, but like I don't know, like some of those RGB keyboards are like $200-$300. I mean, like that should better come with some gold in it or something, you know?
Right. Well, this is RGB with blue switches, 10 keyless for $89. Let me give you the link to that.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
And then both of my keyboards would be blue then.
This is MX Blue though, so you'd be able to do a direct comparison.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, like I said, this would be my main keyboard. This would go to my NAS computer, you know, which is pretty much what I would be using it for. Which, by the way, I do have the 8 terabyte in there now.
Did you have to do any
files?
Did you have to do any formatting? I think, was it already set to Google partition table, or did you have to change it up?
No, I just had to initialize and partition it, but it was pretty easy. Like I didn't have any problems or issues or anything.
Not like me, my dumbass.
Oh, come on, man! What?
Mine's set up as a fucking. I think it like made a partition as a master boot record or whatever, and when I deleted it, oh no, you need that to boot your system. I'm like, no, I don't. This is just a storage drive. There's nothing on here. Fuck.
Yeah. But it's like I feel like hard drive space is like taxes though, because it's like the actual space I get is 7.754 terabytes.
Right. Yeah. It's like usable.
Yeah.
Like your OS, you got terabytes. Only so many 100 gig. Wait a minute. Bullshit. All right.
Bullshit.
That's some old bullshit.
Bullshit.
Yes.
Bullshit.
What? Okay, so is it time to get into Battlestations here, or
no? It's we have you if you want to say anything.
Oh,
yeah.
No, not really.
Oh, don't you want to do some? Don't you have a pen talk about?
No. No, I do not.
Yeah, you were saying, yeah, it's been crazy week or something, man.
Yeah, it's today was like I had to go to a store to pick up something. Then I was supposed to get a haircut, but I got off work early, which is never that we've been busy, backed up, like all this work to do, and then we're like, oh no, we're actually early. Get the fuck out of here. So I went to go get this thing I had to buy, and I said, I have time to get my haircut. Well, while I was out, I said, let me stop at Best Buy. So I walked around, was looking at shit. I'm like, oh, I gotta go get my haircut. And I go down this, get to the street to get on the highway. 4 blocks down from where I was, okay? And I was a half hour from my appointment, and I was supposedly, I think when I Google mapped where I was going, it was like 26 miles. So I'm like, okay, I'm good. And it's like, I ended up in the exit lane. Like, I got in there first because I'm like, I'm going to have to exit. Well, I realized I was not going to make it. So I called my barber and said, dude, I'm so sorry. I got to reschedule. Okay, man, cool. So we scheduled. I'm still in the exit lane going towards town. I'm trying to go back home. I tried to get over. Nobody let me over. Everyone was 3 inches from each other's ass. I had to get off on the fucking highway, go the opposite direction I wanted just to get off an exit, and then go the direction I wanted. And by the time I turned around, it had been a half hour.
Oh, wow.
My exit was literally 4 blocks from where I was.
That's ridiculous, man.
Yes, because 5 o'clock, it's bullshit. and people aren't letting you over. They're fucking just sitting there and trapped. So, yeah, that my whole week's been like that. Like, this should be ABC. No, oh god. So, yeah,
Yeah, I can't wait till cars can fly, or at least we have more three-dimensional transportation.
right.
So shit is less congested. By the way, you know that plastic that I said that I ordered, that black board for the clamps.
Mhm.
I've been waiting on that. I ordered the shit on the 2nd. It had a
You ordered that shit?
guaranteed delivery date of the 8th,
Mm-hmm.
and still wasn't even shipped out yet. Today on the 9th.
I got something one time that was a prime shipment. I said, okay, it's like, will not ship until X date. So when it actually shipped, it took 2 days, but it took a month before they shipped it. Then why have it in stock if it's not fucking in stock? But
Well, I contacted them. They responded saying that it was lost or something happened, so that they're gonna send me out another one. So I said, okay, yeah, do all that stuff. But I went and reported the thing as being past the delivery thing. So I guess I have a $5 credit now. Because the shipping was free. So they're like, if it will pay either pay the shipping or it's free, or like you get $5 back.
mm-hmm.
So
Hmm.
yeah, hopefully I get it. I'm waiting to be. I'm waiting on that board to be able to do everything with my desk. Just want to get my desk done.
Oh yeah, yeah. You kind of need your desk to put stuff on it.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I was going ahead with the white cutting boards, but yeah, it's I've been wasting like a lot of paint and stuff on it, and yeah, like it would just be better just to do everything if it's originally black.
Hmm.
And I don't have to worry about scuffing up any paint with the clamp or anything like that. Because like if I ever needed to change that stuff out after the clamp being on there, the paint's probably not going to be that good then.
Right.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But anyways, yeah, have you gotten a chance to do anything extracurricular?
No.
No.
And if I do, I think I'm being responsible. I'll go to bed early. I told myself, I said 10 o'clock. I go to bed. I get up. I'll be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, right?
Right.
Wake up at fucking 2 in the morning. My neighbor wrestling, making a bunch of noise. He broke his own window outside.
Oh shit.
He's standing in the fucking window yelling at the lady inside the house. I'm not like my mother. You're like your mother. She's a whore too. And shit. At 2 in the fucking morning. I couldn't fall asleep till after 3. I get up at 5. Motherfucker. So no, I couldn't get caught up, couldn't get anything done that I wanted done. No.
You need a better life, Frank.
My life's awesome. It's just people are retarded.
But you got a lot of hurdles in your life. Things like,
Nah. So anyway.
Anyways.
Man your battle stations. Man your battle stations.
Yeah. Station. By the way, I do want to. Are you ever going to get me some zoom enhance drops? Because I might add that in that too.
I need to do that. I looked it up when I made the station one. There's a few, but I want just zoom enhance. But like its entire like a scene from a movie that has zoom enhance like as a sequence, and I gotta edit it. Edited it.
They pulled like different variations from different movies or whatever. I have to find that again. But yeah. Anyways, my theme for this week though is like
Oh, I saw this dude. I know that dude.
The first one on there was a curved monitor, so I was like, oh, I'll just do curved monitor setups, you know.
Well, see, the one monitor's curved. That top one's a TV. And the left one's not.
No. But that's kind of like what you wanted to do, though, huh? Get like a giant one above it.
Not really, though. I mean, I still want like what I have, just bigger.
Yeah.
But where's the description? Oh, garage/game room. Oh, look, he has pictures of his garage.
Garage.
In the garage. Patio furniture. So he's got a cool computer. Oh, there it is, remodeling. Wow.
By the way, she totally said a boot at the beginning.
Right?
When she
Did
first
you hear
came
me go,
out.
a boot?
No, I didn't know that you had the balls to do that.
Oh, right after she said about something, I go, a boot? Wow, look at that monitor.
Wow. What kind of, okay, what is that, a 1-to-1 aspect?
That's like 4:3, I think, isn't it?
No, it looks even more square than that.
Hey, this is the same kind of fencing I have.
Yeah. White picket fencing.
We did the same thing because our house was on a hill. Well, I think he dug a like his electrical is under the house or under the fence. I mean, we dug our fence partially into the hill because our house is on a hill. Things to do. Wow, you found a to-do list from 48. Nice floor. Oh,
Almost looks like we're doing like one of those urban exploration things where they go into like really crappy rundown places like malls and stuff.
here's a dirt mall. This used to be a Big Lots. Now it's just full of sadness. Oh, is that what kind of keyboard is that? Because that's a Logitech mouse. Oh, that's a Cooler Master keyboard.
Cool. Whip.
Whip. Why are you saying it like that? Well, this dude has enough pictures, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's got an Instagram account. If you feel like doing that, I am not clicking that link.
Don't do it.
No, he had over 46 pictures in that first catalog or first album. No.
No.
It's pretty cool. Let me open up your second one. We're just opening up before we tear into them. Ooh. Boner. Why is this keyboard in front of a TV? I don't know. That doesn't. I don't know. Like, I get that they're both connected to the same computer, but being that far apart is kind of, eh.
Yeah.
And then that fucking face. That head he's got on the desk there. Ah!
Yeah.
I mean, he's got in a low light, picture setting.
Yeah, he needs more light in there.
I usually, pictures like this, I report as need clear pictures.
Yeah.
Because it's dark and RGB. Well, okay. Yeah, that's all. Okay, that's. Heck yeah, haters gonna hate. No. Nah, son. Haters gonna report, port.
It's what Reddit spit out at me.
Oh, what did you do a search for
Yeah,
curve monitors or something?
Yeah, because I'm not gonna scroll through all that shit. And
See, now this is more like I would go for, except I want another one on top.
yeah,
So
it's all green.
I can tell he rests his arm on that one right corner.
Yeah.
Or his
Or
drink. Boy,
Yeah, where he's pulling a Doug.
don't put your drink. Well, okay, but it's way over here. Now he's got some mom's spaghetti for good measure. See right there?
Yeah.
Like a VGA or DVI cable there, and NVIDIA graphics because they're green.
Yeah.
Cooler Master
Yeah, but
case.
all the green isn't matching.
Yeah, it's just like this hair color is green. 34-inch. Excuse me. 34-inch Dell curve flanked by 2 Dell 1080 23 inches. Special edition NVIDIA Cooler Master case sporting a 1070. 1070.
That's probably $1,000 now.
I was surprised when I went to Best Buy. They actually have GPUs, but they didn't have them out on the floor. They had little pieces, they had a case. Like this case holds the actual item, but there's nothing in it. Just a piece of paper with a picture of the item.
Yeah, they probably got like Fort Knox stuff in there.
Right.
GPUs.
Well, like it was like those display, like when you go to buy razor blades at the pharmacy, you got to ask for help.
Yeah, I wonder whatever started that. Like people really were stealing just like razor blades. Like that's becoming a fad.
Yeah, you go to the hood, condoms and maxi pads are locked up.
Huh.
But
what do you do? Are you a straight razor or do you do electric razor?
I have a double edge. I thought I got into this on an episode.
You probably did. But no, I mean, like I don't know. A lot of people like to advertise like that Dollar Shave Club or whatever on YouTube.
I turned off the damn notifications. What the hell? I'll show you. Where the hell is it? I actually have Grandpa's razor blade. And of course, this isn't gonna fucking work. Oh well. Yeah, I have a 60s Gillette double edge razor blade razor that I put blades in. That was actually my grandfather's that my dad got from him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it looks like this. It's got numbers on it to let you know what amount of blade is sticking out.
Mm.
And it's you twist it and it opens a little trap door up the top. I remember as a kid playing with it because it was in the bathroom and my dad never used it. And I remember playing with it as a kid, and now I have it. Now I don't exclusively use that. I also have like the Mach 3 and all that shit, but I try to use this because you get the closest shave with this. Like maybe 2 passes and it'll last you 2-3 days versus the Mach 3. I can do 4 or 5 passes with that, and I'm fuzzy by the time I leave the house.
Right.
I also have one of these, which is the new. There's the new one. I think this was an old type 20s. The Tech razor. It actually just screws onto the shaft.
Shaft.
Yeah, it's very low tech versus actually having the twist open. But I love like these ones here. I want one with the designs on the handle there. But the one I have, I got it, at a thrift store, wasn't in very good condition. But they do the job. I think I shaved with it once. They got a comb, which is up for debate on whether or not it actually does anything because you're not separating a hair. So some guys swear that you need the comb. Others say fuck it, it doesn't do anything. I'm in the camp of it doesn't do anything. So yeah, see, like underneath where it's stamped Gillette, it's got the year stamped in it too. That's how I found out what year it is. My dad's like, yeah, my dad bought me this when I went in the army. I'm like, what? So my dad went in the army. He was drafted the day that JFK was shot. So it's dated 62. So I have a little piece of history right there that I shade with. I also have a couple of well, not like exactly like these. They're I think they're what are they gem they're really stupid. But I buy a bunch of what do they call them, sampler packs. You get a bunch of different safety razors. They're double-edged blades. Blade sampler. Yeah, you just get they show you a picture like this of all the boxes, but half of them aren't in boxes. They're just in little envelopes because you only get like 2 of each one. But then you know which ones you like.
Oh, so, it's like it's gonna be buried with you though. That piece of history, not gonna pass it down.
I don't give a fuck. There's enough Thompsons to keep it going.
Yeah.
Because this isn't a common name or anything. Wait, it is. It's like I could only be more common if I was Smith or Jones or something.
Right. I wonder how many people actually shave with this, like the straight knife.
Well, my old boss used to use actual, the straight razor. My barber, I asked him if he uses it because he shaves the back of your head with it, and he's like, nah. He's like, it's too time consuming. Yeah, here you get 35 razor blades for $11, and this isn't going for like the cheapest or anything, but so 35 blades, you get about maybe 3 good shaves out of a blade. So that's 3 times 35 for that much.
105.
Yeah, you can get cheaper if you look around. I mean, I just like I went by. I went by the 100 pack. If you find a brand you like, just say to hell with it and look them up. What brand did I buy? I really like Wilkinson, which is technically I think Lord makes them, or Gillette. Yeah, Gillette makes them. Yeah, 100 count for $10.
Gillette, the best the man can get.
Yeah, I mean, well, Gillette really is because, like, granted, I'm using a razor from the 1960s, but shit, it's still. I've never had like people restore them and send them in to get fixed. I've never sent mine in to be repaired since the 60s, and it still works perfectly fine. It was just in a drawer in my dad's bathroom. The other ones I found, I don't even know who had them. They lost them, like the metal, like the plating on it came off and everything. They work fine. You get a Mach 3 and the glue can come undone.
Right.
But back to this guy.
You don't shave that much though. You do. You just keep, what do you shave really? Because you keep the sideburns and everything.
Everything but the sideburns.
Yeah.
My upper lip, the edges of the sideburns, my neck. I get a full beard. I actually just shaved it off like a week or 2 ago.
You want to have a neck beard?
Yeah, I got stubble, bad stubble right now. I've been lazy because it's cold, man. I don't want to sit there and stand and.
I'm so ready for the snow to be done with, man.
Right.
I remember that. What was it like a few weeks ago or something? It was like 60 out, and literally the next morning it was snowing.
Yeah. I mean, I went to work and it was 70 degrees, and then that night it was snowing hard. So I wore a big heavy coat because they told me it's going to be shit this afternoon, and steam was in like the elevators that to in the garage I park at are glass. You can see outside to the street. So it was so hot that there was just like dew on the inside of the windows. And then that night, just sideways snow.
Wow, that's how people you die from that shit, man. You get sick enough, I guess.
Right. I mean, everyone catches a cold. I think my wife's got a cold here. I just had that cough that wouldn't go away. So this guy, I mean, bad lighting aside, I can't really tell what he's got. He likes green too. Got a Razer mouse, one of those funky macro dealies.
Oh, is that that Elgato thing that where it has the different buttons or you do Twitch stuff or something like that?
No, that's not a Stream Deck. That's that stupid it's got the hand rest in the middle. I don't know what the hell.
Oh yeah, I see it now. It's so dark.
Yeah. And then it's got I can't tell. Is that a Razer headset? Because all I see is Zer.
It's a Razer.
And he's got a Razer mouse pad that you can barely fucking see. It's like, I'm so proud of everything. Look what I achieved. And I'm like, it's a dark. Granted, I'm in a dark room too, but I turn the light on to take actual photos. Yeah. Like, I fully intend to report this guy for a crappy photo.
Could you imagine if Razer came out with a Razer? It'd be like, it's Razer's Razer.
Randy had a RGB, was it a mug and coaster set or something like that? I can't remember for a minute. Okay. And the first guy you had, he likes superheroes. Zoom in. Zoom enhance. I mean, he's got a proper set of speakers. He's got a Thrustmaster joystick.
I like the lighting.
Yeah, he's got blue and then he's got red behind it to complement it. Good. Yeah. He's got Pinky in the Brain over here on the thing. That's cool. He's got a little it's me, Mario Pixel Pal there.
What kind of speakers is that? With the double speaker, like
they're not like
on its side or something.
Yeah, he laid them sideways. Those aren't. That's not how they're supposed to go. I imagine they're like Logitech's. Does he say anywhere? Because if not, I'll just Google it. Inspiration. Yeah. I was trying to scroll. What's the what is it to search? Control find or alt find? Let me see. F speaker. Nope. No one asked what the fuck speakers those are. I think they're let's see. Yeah, I think they're these. Let's go back.
Okay.
Let's contrast and compare what we see.
Side by side. You got an ultra wide.
Huh?
You got an ultra wide. You could put those side by side.
Well, I mean, I don't have speakers right now.
No, I mean the screens. Like you put the Hangouts and the Chrome window side by side, but that'd probably be a lot of work for you resizing everything, huh?
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, I was just guessing, but I'm pretty sure it's these.
These.
The one of the guys I watch all his reviews on YouTube, he talks about headphones and speakers, but to have to contrast, he keeps saying these. And so someone made a mega mix of every time he said these. So, I mean, yeah, I like this one. I wish I could like this one. He's got too much stuff for me to. I see a monitor I like, another monitor I like. I can't see anything else. Like even when I zoom, okay, what the fuck tower is that? I don't fucking know. Or what headphones are headphones? I can't fucking tell. Is that a
this?
remote or is that a phone? I can't. What's this shit under his monitor? I want to know. What is it? What the fuck is it? It looks interesting. It's got lights and shit and post-it notes.
Maybe it's a computer case. I don't know.
I don't fucking know.
By the way, is that some kind of a stand that's mounted up for the keyboard and stuff?
It looks like it clamps to the side of the desk like those headphone hangers.
Yeah.
I know they make them for like a mouse pad, so that's probably what it is. It's probably sitting on one of those little trays for a mouse pad. But you can't tell.
It makes it those are interesting because like like when you say battle stations, it kind of does make it look like give it like more of like a cockpit type feel,
You have the helm. Like this, is this a fucking fan? I don't know. It could be a fan, could be a big ass speaker. I don't know. What's this shit in the back? There's a chair and then much of shit in the back. Laundry hamper. I don't know. Could be anything. I want to like it.
You should comment on that, man. Get some fucking light in there.
I mean, let me see if there's any. Oh, hold on. Let me do a search. There we go. Lights on pick. Oh, good. He did take one.
Oh.
Oh, look. It looks the fucking same. Okay.
You should have just had that be.
Yeah. I mean, picture, he thought it looked cool. Like, okay, I guess that's a guitar hanging up on the wall. I wonder what this was. It's a shitty latch for a shitty little closet. And that is a vape pen. And there's a trash can. And it is a Razor headset. Look at me guessing.
Yeah.
And it is a fan. Okay. There's stuff you can like, but there's a whole is this carpet green? I think his carpet's even fucking green.
I do think that is probably just a monitor stand though, because now that I see like the ridges on the top of it or whatever in the corners.
I don't know what the hell's going on. I want to like it. Don't. No, sir. Don't like it.
Well, that's why it's the middle one.
And then this guy, he has potential. If he just cleaned up the fucking wires, like even like if the spaghetti wasn't there, really.
Yeah, like, just
that's all he's got to do, and put
to the back.
Well, like yes, push it behind the tower, put a coaster on top of the worn spot on his desk, and maybe vacuum. And
is that like a separate strip of the tables or something? Like what kind of table is that?
I think it's. My guess is it's a
vinyl that strip.
My guess is it's like a probably like what's the word I'm looking for? It's actually probably like a table. And this is probably like a part that makes it convertible because it's beat the hell up.
Yeah. A lot of people do, like use living room tables or whatever, dining room tables as computers.
Yeah, Jerry's got a 6-person dining room table for his shit.
Yeah. Well, they're so big, so it's useful for that, But yeah, what is that called? Like wood, vinyl or veneer or something? I forget.
Wood veneer. Veneer is a thin coating of like a thin layer of an actual wood that's pretty, but it's really thin over top of MDF.
Right. Yeah, you could just put that along the strip, the side thing there. Or just be like what you were saying for my mouse. You'd just be like.
Yeah. Yeah. Just curious, does 1070 really handle that 1440p ultra wide resolution? I have a feeling it might not be enough. This is so far I can run almost any game on high and sometimes ultra settings. Hitman, Just Cause 3, Witcher, no problems at all. This is on what FPS? 40 to 60 FPS, very playable. Okay.
People say 60 is like barely playable.
Right. It used to be 30 is playable, and now it's like No, 60 or people. The higher you can get, the better. Yes, but 30 between 30 and 60, I think is like a sweet spot. 25 is pushing it. If it's a shitty game, that's not coded that well and everything, that's got other issues.
Well, isn't it like cinema or whatever, or TV 24?
Yeah, I don't know. You're supposed to be able to be like, oh, this is interesting looking. It's fascinating because it's not real. Wow, I'm watching a movie. No, you're playing a game. I'm controlling this movie character, and that you're taken away. Whereas if you're like when I played Minecraft heavily modded and it was like 2 frames a second, it's like, oh, I'm out of the, I'm drawn out of it now. I'm back into the real world. Oh no. So I think this one's probably my number one. I said to the top of Ian's head.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, your current superhero battle station, he's number one. I don't know what size his monitors are even, because I know this 34-inch, I have a 34-inch. It's awesome. Dell monitors, they're awesome. But, it's...
I think we're both probably going to go with 132.
Yeah, if like, I mean, because this one, even with lights on, I couldn't tell what it was. He had his green theme. His carpet is fucking green. But he posted a black picture. He had to have someone complain before he posted a color one. That's like in the light.
Right.
And this one, the guy literally just has to clean it up a little bit to get to this. Like this guy even he went far back enough. There's wires there. We can't see them.
Right.
So our number one has, let me refresh it so it's the most current, up to date. Wow, it went up 1,000 and it went up 100 in the time I've been talking. So 127. Our number 3 got 307, and our number 2 has 61.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's the thing. People are like I think people casually just take the pictures of their shit and put it on there. Like for me,
right.
it would have to be perfect for me to even put in the effort to make up a whole post and everything.
Right. I'm a member of a Telegram chat called Battlestations, and the mod for the thing said everyone post your Battlestations or you get kicked out. So I went ahead and posted a picture of mine. Looks like shit, but other than that, I wouldn't.
Right. Like I haven't even posted or like made update pictures to my PC bar picker list of my Ryzen build because it's not totally like I don't even have the LEDs in yet. So I mean, it's like I don't know. Maybe I'm too much of a perfectionist when it comes to stuff, but like I want to post a picture that I could be proud of.
Well, there's always those assholes. Yeah, you guys, all this sterile bullshit. No one's shit looks like that, and they post a picture with socks and shit everywhere and a million cups on their desk. And it's like, yes, that's what it looks like all the time, but nobody wants to see it.
Well, and mine, like I have a couple, like bottles or something, but I mean, most of the time I try to keep my computer stuff pretty clean because I like to take pride in my nice stuff,
Right. I haven't done any cable management. That's it.
But yeah.
And that's just because that and I need to put. I got a bunch of. My wife got me a bunch of Funko Pops, and I've got a couple. I got a couple figures and shit I'd like to put up, but I just haven't. I don't know where everything's going. Okay.
The box is staying there. You said,
huh?
Did that Wolfenstein box move at all? I forget.
No, because I have to climb over the bed to get to it. So no,
like, I'm not brave in that.
Yeah, it's staying there, dog. Okay, are you ready to see my list?
Oh, but by the way, so this guy won. You were
yes,
saying?
yes,
oh, okay.
Yes, Mr. Eddie 86, I guess is. How you know how you pronounce that?
I assume that's when he was born. So
He's a baby.
yeah.
So my theme, I kind of went with full like big monitors, but some of them I was like, oh, I went to the top, and these are some of the top ones, and the last one I'm gonna save to last. I saw that last week after we did the show, and I said, I'm gonna have to talk about this one with Ian.
Hey, this is gonna have to be a separate show.
Okay, so here's the first one.
Okay.
Got the nice wood, desk I like. He's got the little Alex drawers. He's got your racer chair. Yeah. He's got the NZXT case with the
Nice.
puck for your headphones. I hate that he's got a sound bar, but at least it's a JBL product. He's got my keyboard.
Nice.
Except
By the
he
way,
doesn't. Huh?
Does Corsair have a good set keyless one?
I assume, yeah, they've got a butt ton of keyboards. So this one, he didn't put the wrist rest on it. I have to have the wrist rest. He's got a Razer mouse, the Hyper Cloud 2 headphones, HyperX. Then he's got this lamp, which has been making the rounds. I think it's from Etsy. Like the thing is made of wood.
A wood?
Yeah, see the little arm is made of wood with a little wraparound cord that comes out of it. It looks like he's got a real plant there instead of the fake IKEA one.
There you go. That's
a Yeti.
That's fine.
He's got a Yeti mic, and then he's got his deodorant and shit. Like, he's got Old Spice, which I wear, premium powder, which I don't need powder, and then Nivea aftershave balm, which I use. Huh?
Power.
Yeah, Iron Man. So, I mean,
what's that guy like, the Old Spice guy?
Terry Crews.
Power. Yeah.
That dude's crazy.
I should get a drop of that.
Guy says, you have a lot of deodorants, and a guy says, life is about options, and his name is I Said Yes to Drugs. He says, username checks out.
And do you like get into like colognes and stuff? Like I have one bottle. I won't wear sometimes,
When I was younger, I used to wear Tommy because most girls actually liked Tommy. It wasn't that I liked it. I didn't care. It's just girls either go, oh, I love that stuff, or they go, that smells like bug spray. My wife can't stand it, so I have a full bottle. She tried to throw away once. I said, what are you doing throwing that away? You're not going to wear that anymore. I'm like, maybe not around you. Maybe if I go out somewhere, I might want to not stink. She's like, you haven't worn that since we've been together. I go, well, yeah, but still, don't throw it away. I like aftershaves. Like I like the Bay Rum aftershave. I have Aqua Velva, which I've got a glass bottle of Aqua Velva that I got from my dad, who's got a bunch of old 60s and 70s aftershaves he still has, which I think is hilarious.
Right.
But
yeah, I used to get a couple of Tommy Hilfiger fleeces and like a t-shirt or something.
But anyway,
did you ever get into the Hilfiger clothing?
I had one Hilfiger outfit, and I realized how stupid it was to waste my budget on a shirt and a pair of pants.
Yeah.
So
I remember.
I was like, "Yo, that's $75 for a t-shirt." Now look at this shit right here. Booyah! Now I don't know if that's. See, I realize now that I'm hosting it because I didn't take a real good look. I don't think is that the tower, because it looks like a speaker / sub.
No, it's a sub, because if you look in the front, you can see how there's like like the thing goes inward. What do you call that in the sub, where it's not a cone, but the plastic molding goes inside of it or something?
Port.
Whatever.
Now there's I don't know if it's always the same for subs. I know on speakers there's a port, there's like front port, rear port, and then there's like a sealed, which is hard to do. And then they've got what they call a passive radiator, which is instead of a port, it's got a radiator on the back where it's almost like two speakers, a speaker in the front and a speaker in the back. So when it moves air, it moves an actual thing instead of just a chamber of air that it blows out of. So it's extra loud.
Yeah, that's probably what that is the radiator thing.
Here we go. Here's his PC. See, if you don't include it in the main picture, a lot of cats don't do this. They post it and they get reported and the shit's gone. In the comments, he says, "Hey, here's my shit." So he's got an album. There's a PC and an Xbox going through the wall.
Oh, nice.
So technically, if you're a lot of sound snobs will like the audiophiles and whatnot. He's got a big nasty spot here on the wall that needs to repaint. By the way, a little spackle.
It is. I see that.
A lot of sound people will want a completely silent case. I remember wasn't that what Linus was doing, where he ran a Thunderbolt display and poked a hole in the wall and then ran a cable through it. So
he was able to get everything, like the audio and all the peripherals just hooked into that thing.
Right, because and he's got a glob right here. Actually, now that I look at it, he needs a spackle. If you're going to look at these lights highlighting the shittiness. But no, it's
garage or something.
No, I mean that might be his house. You could have, the walls are painted. At first glance, I was like, man, that's actually pretty dope, because he's got a nice little desk. He's got the Alex drawers like I got, and a nice, finished wood top. Then he's got, zoom in here again. He's got the shitty IKEA plants. They're $5. Who cares? His speakers, he took the grills off of, which I can't quite identify off the top of my head here.
What's that?
He's got one, huh?
What's that pink thing?
That is a Himalayan salt lamp. When you go to I don't know if you saw this, it's a new thing that's catching on. Salt spas. They sell a big chunk of salt that sits on top of an LED lamp, and the heat from the lamp is supposed to make the salt go into the atmosphere, and you breathe it in, and it's supposed to be good. Like they have salt spas where you swim and sit in salt water where you go into a sauna that's got a big block of salt, so you breathe it in. It's supposed to be good for you, I guess. He's got lighting behind the keyboard. He's got a Google Home Mini, another plant. He's got a Philips TV, it looks like here, and then 2 monitors off to the sides.
What's up with the LEDs on the bottom though? Is like it almost looks like some are like on and some are off or something. You know what I mean? No, I mean, like it's not like a consistent thing. Well,
he might have did a bad job and like some dip down. That's how mine are. Like they, I didn't cut mine. I did 2 passes, and it kind of, I wasn't as straight as I should have been.
Right. Yeah, I bought these things for my LEDs that I wanted to, like glue on. You could buy these at Home Depot. They're just like metal strips, keep it rigid. That's the way to go, I think, for LEDs.
LED. Now let's see, where is the specs?
Specs.
How do you turn your PC on? Just walk into the room, or do you have some kind of switch? I was thinking of running a switch, but yeah, I usually turn it on in the morning and have it on sleep all day.
Well, can't you, if it's sleep, you just wake it up with a keyboard or whatever, right? I think sometimes you can have it be where, like, even if the computer is off, if you press on, like, a USB device, it'll turn it on. At least for the keyboard or something, I think.
Oh, here we go. Got a couple more pictures. There's the room that's in.
Oh, see, should have had that be the first picture.
Well, this is an updated, I don't know how old this post was. Let's see, when was this posted? Recent? Yeah, it was only posted 4 days ago, but he did what does he say? Update 2018. So I guess he didn't do the Imager link. I mean, I like how he's got them mounted. They're not the same monitor at all, though, and it's bothering me. Like the one on the left is bigger than the one on the right.
Oh yeah.
And in multiple pictures, the one on the left's not on. So I go, "What are you trying to do? You trying to piss me off? You're doing a job to piss me off."
Well,
And I don't
even if
know.
they're different sizes, like I think monitors, like if they have to be different sizes, they at least should be like level on the bottoms of them. I guess
They should what?
they should all be level at the bottom, even if one is like taller than the other. You know.
Well, they can be level on the top if they're on. Here you can't tell. You know what I'm saying? Like this picture too, it's off. Here, they're on, and you see the top, and it's just one straight line. You go, okay, because I've got my 27 inches shorter than my 29, obviously. But I think I can put. I'm going to put it over here because my amp is like 3 or 4 inches tall anyway, so it wouldn't touch the desk anyway.
Okay.
Oh, somebody says activate Windows. Yeah, because it does say activate Windows.
And he's like, "Oh, I didn't put the keygen in yet. Sorry."
Right, either that or he doesn't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
That's right. What else does he say? Go ahead.
Was that all of them?
Well, all the pictures, I think. Here's the TV he's got. Yeah, it's a Philips. Oh, currently unavailable. Oh. This isn't all the setups, by the way. This is just all of the. He's got his keyboard on here. He didn't say what it was, so I was wondering. Oh, it's a Habit. Those are just generic. $35 Canadian.
A.
Yeah, which looks like your. Looks a little bit like yours, kind of. I don't know what kind of switches it uses, but.
What's that all about?
Now for number 3, okay?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was asking, like, well, I wasn't sure what number we were on.
That was on 2. I just kept finding more and more pictures. That's not the fucking link I wanted to click. Damn it. Hold on. Damn it. Okay. It's called Full Room Water Cooling.
Oh, here we go. Holy shit.
Let me start from the top. He's got this badass thing up here. I don't know what that's from, but wow. Big ass TV. Yamaha speakers mounted to the fucking wall. A Minecraft torch, which is awesome. I got 2 of them, and I'd never actually got them on the wall. A sword. Then he's got
Sword.
looks like an ultra wide and 2 other fucking monitors, which I just realized now that they're not the same height, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's got them level on the bottom.
Then he's got looks like a switch base, mixer, Xbox controls, one of those keyboards that has just MIDI keys, like not actual keys. You know what I'm talking about? Like synth.
Right.
I don't know if that's a tablet or another monitor. Racer chair. The tower is just sick, but we're getting there. Another monitor.
Like a dozer or something.
Oh, hold on. The whole shebang. He's got a video on the system and another album with. Also added another album with more photos of the setup itself. So it's a Fantex block, it looks like, with going through the 1050 Ti, which is weird, but okay, whatever.
All that for a 1050 Ti.
Well, I mean, it goes through the. I don't see. It looks like he's got what is that a graphics card up there? Because he's got the Ti down at the bottom, and then he's got some other card here. I have to read it and actually see what all he's got here, because when I skip over, he's got that's his main rig, and Tough X299 Mark 1, 7900X, GTX 1080, GTX 1050 Ti, 64 gig of RAM, 1 terabyte, M.2. Recording PC, he has a X99 with a 1080 with 32 gig of RAM and a 1 terabyte M.2 for just his recording PC. I guess he's a streamer. Tubes coming out of the main PC. Okay. Right?
Okay.
That's the tube. Quick disconnect fittings. These connect both PCs together and then to the main loop. Tubes coming out of the recording PC. Right angle fittings. Going down. Copper tubes running through the ground. Look at this. Some copper routed through a closet. Copper routed to the laundry room.
Oh my god.
Some more right angle fittings. And 4 by 560 millimeter rads and 3 times PMP 500. So looks like he's got 3 pumps and 4 rads.
It's like you have all the cooling of your computer interconnected with all the plumbing. It's like every time you take a shower, the computer starts getting really hot.
Well, he's got a power supply, it looks like, just for the pumps and shit.
Oh my god.
So he's got some photos showing my setup, a video explaining some things has now been posted. So, I mean, everything about this seems excessive. What do you use it for? I mean, people are like, but can it run Crisis? We get it, bro. You're rich.
Yeah.
That's hell impressive, I gotta say, but you're gonna hate it when that starts leaking somewhere.
Yeah. Like, yeah, you have to have a plumber come out and figure that shit out.
That seems a bit unnecessary.
Well, he better, all that work, what's he better have that shit overclocked like 5 or 6 gigahertz or something, you know?
Well, where's the specs?
Doesn't he have an at thing after the processor where he's like i7 at?
No, it just says yeah, 6800K. That's just the model.
I thought you said it was like 7800K or whatever.
Well, he's got 2 PCs, remember?
Oh,
Whoop, I got a text. Hold on.
Got past me.
Yeah, his main PC is a 7900X, and then his recording PC is a 6800X.
Uh-oh.
So, yeah, he has an album just with shit about his main setup. Yeah, more pictures. Look at the monitor mounts.
Holy shit!
Because he's got the speakers along with monitor mounts. He's got LEDs on the back of all that shit. PS4 and his interfaces. A Seaboard Rise Switch.
And he did all that himself.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's in the comment, and he's got a video that talks more about it. I just saw the title. I started clicking through the pictures. I said, "This is going in next week's show." Nintendo Switch, a coaster, and a wireless charger. 65-inch TV, studio monitors to the right and left. Main monitor. few amiibo, MIDI pads, light switch, keyboard, wireless charging mouse, and mouse or mouse pad and mouse,
Are
MIDI
those monitors
controller.
curved?
Huh?
Those are curved monitors?
And the middle one's a curve. I think the other ones, since they're just on the hinged mounts there, see, he just.
Yeah.
But Jesus, this is 12 more pictures. I mean, he's got, multiple GPUs. You need them. Surface Book, Surface Dock, few hubs and switches. Keyboard
what
up
about
the ass.
What's his audio game? Because you know about that shit, the headphones.
Well, I already told you he's got the Yamahas. What size did it say? Hold on, I gotta go back up to the top.
Sorry, there's so much shit on here, man.
Man, guess for Pro controllers, left monitor. And it just says studio monitors. I know they're Yamaha, the HS series. So even
What are those, like $1,000 or something?
No, well, it depends on which size. Amazon Basics Hub right there. His headphones here. Hold on. He's got the Sennheiser 598s. I think that's which model those are. He doesn't say. Those are the cream and tan colored with the brown pads with the wood trim. It's all plastic and leather and stuff.
Is that a chromed out head?
It's like one of those glass heads. Which is weird to say, but I mean, there's his LED game. His LED game is strong. They're taped down.
Yep.
I mean,
it's like you come in one day and be like, you need to rearrange all this, those wires.
you imagine crawling under that and having to fuck with it. He drilled into the cross beams of the table or desk or whatever, and then put grommets around it to keep it from fraying the wires.
Wow.
He's no fucking slouch. Jesus. Hole for subwoofer wiring. Yeah, that goes to the subwoofer there, so you can't see the wiring for the subwoofers. What's this go to? Main door, subwoofer, and a few foot pedals hooked up to the C-board and MIDI controller. Wow. Oh, look. Doors open to easy access to power bars for more wiring, right? So these doors open up, and inside, boom, boom, boom. Look at all those fucking plugs.
Wow.
You made a little hidden.
Those are like server style things, aren't they?
I mean, I got one. That's what I have behind my monitors.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, it's totes worth it. Keep them all right where you can get to them, but as you can see though, he's got like everything hidden behind these fucking doors under because there's his actual keyboard and mouse, right, when he's sitting at his main monitor. Then he's got a slide out drawer with a musical keyboard, and then this door, his subwoofer's in front of it, and he's got foot pedals for his keyboard, and you open that fucking door and he's got all of his actual plugs in there. So
I like how they're spaced out too, because like that you have like a lot of those power bricks or whatever that take up like 2 or 3 ports,
Right. I mean, well, that's the way that's one big power strip. So it's made like that. You can get them to where they're facing all in one direction. In a normal surge protector, they go either right or left, and the problem with that is they're almost always going to be longer. If they're facing the way that they are in this picture, they're facing towards the wall, so they're either towards the wall or away from the wall, but they're not overlapping each other, which is why I like the one that I got. It does the same thing.
Yeah. I just would say They should like try to make it like a standard where if it has to have a power break on the thing, like the power break just goes up, like it's like a longer power break, you know?
Right. The actual transformer is there's a lead leading out to it. It's not built into the plug itself. I like that when they're
Yeah.
separate. But man, can you imagine? They're like, okay, I gotta plug in. Oh fuck, where's the? Oh, I gotta crawl under the desk here, and I gotta open the trap door, and I gotta crawl under here. Turn. Does he have a light, or is he using his fucking phone for everything?
It's got to be a like portable flashlight or.
I mean, and I'm sure he's got it. After all this, like hooking up microphones and his keyboards and everything, do you think he gets like electronic interference? He has to, right? With
Yeah, you would think so.
with those multiple power strips right there, just. But maybe I don't know. He did a pretty good job of tidying it up because I mean, like if you look straight up, that's the underside of his desk. He's got actual like metal clamps to keep the cables all bundled together.
Yeah,
So
what did you say his microphone game was?
His microphone is hold on. Okay, I thought you said what kind of thing. I think it's got a Rode sleeve on it, but I can't tell. It's like an older style looking microphone, but I don't think it's actually an old microphone.
Is that sitting on the desk or is it?
It's on an arm, but it's so low that it's pretty much on the desk. I'm going to actually move mine too. I kind of want to wait till I get my next monitor. But his keyboard game, he's got a little Akai Pro, like the keyboard and this is what do they call those pads for like the drums? Do 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 do. You know what I mean? Like synth drums. He's got a Logitech keyboard, which has a little dock area for your phone if you want to stick it in there for whatever reason. I mean, he's got all kind of shit here. This dude wasn't fucking around. So
I try to plug my phone into like my computer and stuff. It doesn't want to charge that fast.
Yeah,
it's like a lot faster when you use the original thing the phone came with,
Yeah, or like I've got a few plugs that came with like my old phone and my tablet, and they're not as fast, but they're faster than if I just plugged it in the computer. The computer, I think by default only gives you so many volts versus actual amps.
Well, I thought all USB was a standard 5-volt.
Yeah, but I don't know what the actual speed is for like quick charging, because my first generation Pixel XL will say charging quickly or charging slowly.
Yeah, they got some kind of black magic in there, right?
Yeah. I downloaded I actually, since I had some Google points from doing surveys, I bought a program to I don't have a rooted phone, and I don't want to root my phone because it's a pain in the ass and I don't want to have to dick around with everything. But I did get tired of, just like with my web browser, you got to have a dark theme because video and everything looks stupid with a white background.
Yeah.
And my notifications were white, and through the latest Android update, it'll switch to black, but only if you have a dark wallpaper. You can't go in and select that you want a dark wallpaper unless you're rooted or whatever. So I had to buy a $2 app, and you can use it when it's not rooted, but you have to plug in a USB to your computer and run a batch that just says, okay, you're USB debugging your device, and as soon as you restart it, you have to connect it again to be able to do anything with it. So I have that, and I changed it so my notifications and everything were black, and then I installed the latest update, and I didn't realize the guy had made it too dark. So my pull down for my notifications was black, and the text was black, so I couldn't read it. I had to like tilt it to the side to try to make out the difference.
Yeah.
And then I got home and I tweaked it and it went back to, where I could actually read it. So anyway.
That was like I wish that you know how that you could do the dark mode on YouTube. I wish they would finally put that in the fucking app, man.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's a
I mean,
great thing, but
if you go into Firefox on your phone, you can. If you go through the website, then you could do it, but they
yeah,
don't put in the app for some reason.
right. Well, like you can skin at like the app for Android Oreo, you can skin individual apps apparently. Like you can theme them to darker themes. That was another problem because when I was using it, it changes your UI to light or dark, which is okay. But then when I went to eBay, it made everything dark. So when I like would try to click on stuff, the text wouldn't appear because it was dark. Or like I would get notifications, and the notification would just be a white box, and I'm like, oh, that doesn't help. So there's some issue. The themes actually cost money. The app was $2, and then they're charging like $1.50 for themes. I'm like, are you fucking insane? But anyway,
Shit.
so
Yeah,
those.
like, I have a button on here where I can invert the colors if you tap the home button 3 times.
Oh, you got a Samsung, right?
Yeah.
What network do you have? Verizon?
Yeah, it's fucking Verizon.
You have to. Verizon's got the best coverage. They're assholes, but they got the best coverage. So these are my 3 setups. You got Man with the Iron Man. I gotta scroll back up. Shit, hold on. You got dude with the needs to activate Windows. And then you got full room water cooling. I think I know which one you're gonna pick for number 1.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna pick the last one. Yeah, that one, and then
And then which one?
I think the first one, and then the second one.
I mean, this one's original. Like, you know, there's stuff about it I like. Like, he's got his computer in the next room, so it's not as loud, and he's got bigger screens. I mean, man, it's so close. I mean, obviously, I like the water cooling this is just baller status right here. It's insane, and it's like really not like he's got everything where you trip, you're tripping over stuff, and it's all in your face. He's got just a lot of shit everywhere, but it's tight and managed.
Yep.
And this guy, I think I like this one better. I mean, his walls could use a new paint job, but other than that, don't get me wrong. I mean, he's got my keyboard and he's got a desk similar to mine, but so let me refresh their pages here. Excuse me. So full room water cooling has just shy of 6,000 upvotes. My favorite has 656, and your favorite has 985.
I'm sorry, I was distracted. My computer was like the Chrome and stuff wasn't responding. I was about to say, we're not. I might have to come back here in a sec because I look at my task manager. Chrome is taking up almost 3 gigs right now of memory.
Oh noes.
I mean, I have 32 on here.
Right.
Shouldn't be fine, but for some reason it's just acting glitchy, you know.
Is that 32 of DDR4 or DDR3?
No, I'm just on my I'm on my FX build right now,
Yeah,
so it's
yeah.
DDR3.
We can afford DDR3 RAM.
Yeah. Well, even that's really expensive, man. Like if you get the Corsair kind,
Yeah.
it's like shit. But What are we looking up now?
Hold on. Oh, I was trying to show that cartoon of the guy absorbs RAM.
Right.
I was like, this one won't.
Yeah. I know some programs, even if you have enough RAM for it, if it's taking up ridiculously amounts of RAMs, it seems like it acts glitchy, you know.
You see this
Even
one?
if you have the
Mine?
overhead.
Mine?
Yeah. But anyways, what was your order, sir? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, what? I said, obviously, full room water cooling. Then I like the real estate screen guy.
Yeah.
And then probably this one.
Oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't even look at the screen. I thought that this one was the first one, right?
Yeah, this is the first one.
So yeah, 3, 2, 1 then.
Oh, so you like this better than that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because, I mean, big ass TV. Obviously.
But that's 3, right?
Yeah, he's got 2 and on the sides and 1 in the middle. So 3. So, yeah. I don't know. Does he even say his PC specs? I don't know. Shelves, IKEA.
I could get Kia.
Got a 74. So his monitor is as big as mine.
Yeah, I finally got my 4th monitor arm in today from eBay.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I forget what kind it was. I think it was a Vivo, I think.
Oh. And,
Vivo.
Las
They're okay,
Vegas.
said.
Man, that's... Whew. Now, look, he mounted studs. Like, that's the way to do it. If you're going to do those wall mount arms, find the studs, actually, attach wood to them, and then mount to that. If you can't mount to the fucking stud straight up.
Yeah. Well, definitely if you're doing like a large TV size monitor. If you're just doing like a 22-inch or something, I don't think it's as big of a deal.
See, I don't know. This is insane. Okay, I'm scrolling too much.
That's like Barnacle table.
6-person dinner table.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's our first story, sir? I gotta go. The news with Ian's forehead.
I need your help, Frank! I need your help, Frank!
Okay, good. I had this same article.
Okay, so yeah, this is the big elephant in the room this week. We got to get through this one first. Okay.
Okay.
This one kind of caught me off guard, and it's kind of scary, man.
Newegg customers in Connecticut are receiving tax bills for past purchases.
Yep.
You may be billed for online purchases made during the pre-tax era. How can they do that?
They're doing it. People are getting letters for. I think I have the second article on there is Jay's video talking about it. But he said he was saying it was going back 2017 to 2014.
Wow. How can you retroactively charge a tax?
Well, if you watch Jay's video, I guess apparently it's something called
Bullshit.
bullshit.
Fucking horse shit. You can shove it up your ass.
It's like I think it's called what was it? God damn it. Burn.
Uncle Sam reaches inside your shirt and grabs your tit till it's purple.
Well, what else does it say? Well, basically, it's I forget the word for it, but basically, it's a tax on if you bought anything between states, you know, like out of state or from another country or whatever. Well, I forget. It began with an O, like own tax or something.
Uh-huh.
But that's what they're trying to do there. Connecticut is going to they went to Newegg and they're like, we want all the people's information from these past years, you know. It's
Right,
crazy.
because when you go to buy something online, it's like if you live outside of state X, you have to pay, you know, tax versus if you live in state B, you don't have to.
Yeah.
Online commerce in the early days of the internet was a bit different than it is today. Up until just a few years ago, there existed an unfair tax advantage in which most e-commerce outfits weren't required to collect sales tax associated with online purchases made out of state. Simply put, if a retailer didn't have a physical presence in a state like a storefront or even a distribution center, they weren't required to collect sales tax on online purchases. The responsibility to pay sales tax on online purchases fell in the laps of consumer, most of whom never bothered to do so and would in fact use the loophole to their advantage. It put major national chains like Walmart and Target at a serious disadvantage. As you can imagine, states lost out on hundreds of millions of dollars in sales tax revenue. Now at least one of them is looking to collect on some of that missed income. Officials in Connecticut are turning to online vendors in hopes of collecting sales tax on past purchases. Rather than deal with the matter directly, some vendors are opting to instead share customer purchase records so the state can go after consumers directly. Newegg is reportedly one of those vendors. Wow. See, this is the thing people got to be aware of, because when they say, you know, they share your data, you know, they share your information, people go, oh, what are they going to do? They're going to retroactively send you bill for 4 years of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just was watching Jay's video. Yeah, it's called use tax. And Connecticut is trying to get that they estimated that they lost $70 million in taxes just from all the online stuff. But apparently you was saying that's the letter of the law. You're supposed to, even if you if you give somebody $20, they're supposed to get like a few dollars from that just because it's technically a transaction.
Right.
Like
most packages, if you buy something from, say, China, a lot of times just to avoid customs, they'll put that it's a gift, because if you didn't pay anything for it, you can't pay a tax on it. Right.
Right, but you still have to. People have to pay money. Like they win a car, they have to go and pay money.
Right, because it's the car. Somebody had to pay for the car. Now, the rumor, by the way, is that what's his name? George Clooney supposedly gathered 14 of his buddies and the closest friends that people he crashed on their couch when he was poor, and he gathered them in his room, and this room on a hotel, and had them all open up suitcases, and it said, each one of you, the suitcase is full of $1 million cash, and I paid all your taxes, so this is $1 million each that you get to keep free and clear.
Right.
So I need a friend like George Clooney. But yeah, get anything that can be charged, they charge a tax on that shit.
Yeah, so they're expecting, like, if you go to, I would click on the YouTube video, obviously without playing it, but like you can read a bunch of the comments of people complaining about it. They
hold on, every time I click on the link, my email resets to the top of the fucking thing, and I gotta copy. Okay.
Yeah, like they're expecting people to go and actually, like after they bought something from 4 years ago, go and pay the government. Like they're even talking about having it be like a monthly thing where if you're gonna have to pay the taxes on it per month or something,
Wow.
which is fucking ridiculous.
Eventually, anyone who wasn't already in debt, they're going to end up making them in debt.
Right.
Because
Like
they're
you
like,
go
oh,
on,
you did, and it's like, oh, you did tax fraud. You didn't pay your taxes, so now you're going to pay.
yeah, you bought a $3,000 computer or something, that's like $500 in taxes or something,
I mean, really, it should have been on the vendor to be responsible for this because they didn't charge it at the time. Why should we retroactively have to pay a fee that we didn't know existed?
Right. And they said other states are going to start, like, it depends on, it varies state by state too, where you're technically supposed to do that. But Connecticut is the first state that's actually, like trying to crack down on it,
This is going to be a big pain
and
in the
not
dick
letting it
because
slide.
when you buy stuff from Amazon, you don't buy it from Amazon at the hub. A lot of it is just some dude who sells shit for Amazon. Well, that dude's in New York. Oh, this dude's in Connecticut. Oh, fuck, this dude's in, whatever state next. And they all got different tax rates. How are you going to, they say, oh, hey, you owe this much to the state of. How are you going to argue this?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean,
But
really,
it's
this is
it's a
just him
crapshoot.
talking.
Yeah, like it's every state is different with their taxes too, so it's a crapshoot, man.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Huh? They're like, how do we get people buying stuff? Is this what stupid Trump was trying to mean when he said they weren't paying their internet tax? Because
Maybe.
that'd be the federal level is what he's talking about. Because he's not state. I don't understand.
I mean, I know, like it's just another. It's just like, oh yeah, big deal. You're complaining about taxes, but it's like, like everybody complains taxes. What's new? But it's like, if like sometimes you really got to scratch your head and think, what did they really do to earn that? I mean, like we already pretty much pay for all of our broken roads that we drive on,
Mm-hmm.
protection with the army and stuff, schools or everything. We already pay for that, and it's like
We paid for the
they pretty much
service
get it like
of another state, basically, to mail us a box
right.
because of where that place is located. I mean, okay, so if I buy a TV set, oh, the TV set's made from somebody in China, so you owe China a percentage of this TV now. Which I mean, realistically, yes, a percentage of your sale does go towards taxes and tariffs and all that. But if you buy a TV from Walmart and you're talking about how much actually is sent straight to China, it's minuscule compared to this. Oh boy. And that's how they get you. How are you going to defend 4 or 5 years of purchases? Can you imagine all the people who were like starting to be YouTubers? So they built a computer with parts on Newegg, and then they realized that, oh, now the adpocalypse, oh, now you have to have a million viewers. So fuck it, it's a big waste of time. And then now Newegg comes knocking at their door for taxes for, oh, Jesus.
It's just gonna say a giant precedent for other states and other companies like Amazon and everything.
I mean,
I mean, I have to say, but the technology is sort of sucking lately. With all the price gouging and mining and everything, and all these different services. Yeah,
right. Well, like it's like if your credit card gets stolen, you have to trace back to exactly when it got stolen and go through each charge. 4 or 5 years ago, how are you going to trace back to every purchase you made online?
Yeah.
I mean, how are you going to... You can't fact
check. Don't exactly make it easy for you.
Right. Well, the government's just going through a big database to go, hey, you purchased something, pay us money. Well, the hackers do the same fucking thing. They have a list of everybody that went to that website. Everybody that used this bank. I mean, how do we know these are real charges?
Yeah.
So I don't know. This is scary.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's go on to let's see what else you have that's happy news, Ian. Please tell me you have a happy story. You don't, do you? PUBG
What
cheating
is-
was an inside job. A rumor
Yep.
surfaced on PlayerUnknown Battleground subreddit. The post claims an employee of the China side of PUBG was collaborating with a Chinese hacker, feeding them information to aid in developing cheat tools, accused of accepting bribes and giving them uh, confidential information. Perhaps this is why BattleEye shows that 99% of cheaters caught on PUBG are from China. The original post was deleted by moderators as there was no evidence provided to back up the claim. The original post was, "I know my post will remove soon, so I won't write a whole long page." PUBG's Chinese region principal Solange Kim's Chinese ex-girlfriend CC Ning said in her Weibo post saying that Kim was punished by Blue Ball for collaborating with hacker streamer in China, bribery, and selling classified information to hack developer. Now I know how the fuck a hack came out so soon and quick. So yeah.
Have you played this game?
No. It's a battle royale. I don't like the developers' attitude, like they came up with the whole idea. It's not a new concept.
Right.
But they like to think they created it and only they should monetize it. It's like trying to copyright the term React.
Yeah.
Oh, PUBG responds. Did you see that response?
No.
Many assumed this deleted post wouldn't cause too much noise. However, Blue Ball commented to dispel rumors. First of all, we regret the confusion and frustration caused by rumors about our employee colluding with external parties selling illegal programs. PUBG Corp takes a firm stand on illegal programs and improper behavior of internal employees. The employee in question is in charge of China-related tasks, but contrary to what was rumored, he is not the head of the China region and is not in charge of illegal programs or cheat text. Therefore, this employee does not have access to game information such as the game's source code. It is also not true that this employee has already been fired. So yeah.
I don't know. I found that article on the No.
I mean, it's not like, we're going to actually fucking know. Of course they're going to say, fake news.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's
interesting.
It is.
I mean, I can't say I don't want to play PUBG, but I just haven't. I have too many games now I haven't played yet. Shit.
Yeah. The graphics look decent though.
I hear it's not optimized too well. Twitch revises community guidelines and crack down on sexual content and harassment. Hold on, I gotta yawn real quick.
Oh boy.
I don't like doing it in the microphone because then everyone will start doing it. And all the cool kids will do it, and then, your fucking friends will want to hang out with me, and my life will be a hell. Living hell. Streaming platform Twitch has revised its community guidelines in a bid to eliminate inappropriate sexual content and cut down on harassment. In a post on Twitch's blog, the company says, over the past several months, you've told us certain sections of our community guidelines were not clear enough or, in some cases, not strong enough to govern this ever-changing landscape, and we were too slow to act. To begin addressing this, we'll roll out a series of updates to the policies, moderation process, moderation processes, and products that guide interpersonal interaction on Twitch. So,
so basically that. Oh, what the heck was that?
That was my phone.
So basically, they want people to babysit the viewers on your stream, so that like if they're saying or doing inappropriate things, they want you to be like tell them be like, hey guys, you guys got to calm that shit down, and then
Right.
if you blatantly ignore it, then there could be consequences.
So like, are they gonna? They're gonna tell the streamer to calm down, or they're gonna tell the people in the chat to calm down?
They're gonna tell both. Obviously, the streamer has to follow all these crazy guidelines, and now the the viewer has to also, and you have to tell the viewer like if like if they're doing all these. I've never been on Twitch. I guess you
I was
didn't
gonna say
chat.
I
Chat or
frequent it.
whatever.
I go to Twitch. There's a couple guys I follow every so often. I'll check them out. There's one guy I subscribe to because if you have Amazon Prime, you get a free subscription a month. So I've been throwing my subscription at him, and because he actually gets a couple dollars out of it, and it's kind of cool if I mean all chat rooms are cancer because it's just if you actually read the shit people say in real time, people are horrible, disgusting things, and when there's anonymity cloaking everything, they're even worse. So once you get past that like it depends on how well they interact with their. I'll watch a live stream, but watching a playback of like when people post their Twitch streams to YouTube, and you can't see the chat unless they put it on up like overlay it on top of their picture, then it's just worthless because they're going, okay, hold on, okay, hey, how are you? Okay, yeah, I'm good too. Like they're talking to someone who's not there, and it's kind of stupid. If you watch it in real time and you're seeing the stuff pop up, if it's someone you want to interact with and ask questions to, it's really helpful. Like I said, my speaker/headphone dude that's been reviewing stuff, people will ask him, these or these, and he'll go, oh, those. And be able to explain stuff, and you can ask him real questions. I like that.
That's cool. Yeah, I guess they just want streamers to do a better job of moderating and setting a better example for the community.
Yeah, because they probably don't really care about the actual community or the image. They just want the most viewers because that just means more people to donate or you need to be a Twitch partner because you got 1,000 people watching your stream. I don't know what the limit is or anything, but
well, they also said they had guidelines in there where you had to wear appropriate clothing for the video, like if you're doing
the slutty cam girls are back.
Well, I mean, it even goes further than that. Like they're saying, you should be if you're doing a thing with beaches or whatever, you should be wearing a swimming suit, or if you it has to be you have to do it for that particular type of content or something.
Oh, you can't be gaming in a bikini.
No.
There was one, the girl was supposedly playing Dota or whatever, but everyone's like, you can tell she's not actually playing.
Right.
It was a video and she's just moving a controller around. That was a big thing for Twitch. They had to get rid of those because guys are all the people that donate are just losers. I'm going to do a white knight and give her some money and then she'll fuck me. No, they don't do that.
Yeah. But I don't know if I would ever do Twitch because it's the guidelines. It seems like they're getting stricter and stricter with the guidelines that you have to adhere, and you wonder am I gonna mess something up?
I mean, it just like YouTube, you got to figure out how much money you're actually going to make. The one guy I follow, he's like, last night's stream was 13 hours. He's like, and I made $15. He's like, I ordered food in the middle of that stream. He's like, and it cost more than what I made that night.
Right.
So it's not profitable.
Yeah, I mean, I know the streaming that you want to do, though, you're gonna do with YouTube, though, probably, huh?
I mean, I can do either one. You can't do both at the same time because that's against the TOS.
Who's TOS?
I can't remember. Twitches. I don't know. People talk about it because they make apps that can do both, but I don't know. Twitch is more lenient on music, because I know a lot of video games actually have full-blown music and soundtracks in them. Where Fallout, when I've seen people play it on YouTube Let's Plays, whenever a radio comes on with a song, they have to turn it off because it's copyrighted. They'll get it flagged. So
it's when you have that built straight into a console like the Twitch or whatever really nothing you could do about that, you know?
Yeah. Poor Microsoft. They tried to open up their other like, no, this can compete with Twitch. No, it's not gonna fucking compete with Twitch. Are you fucking crazy? AMD has when you get the video card, they're like, oh yeah, we got a Plays TV. No one cares about that. Upload your highlight reel of 10 seconds of footage right when you made that kill. No, we're not going to do that. No one gives a shit.
Anyways, so to answer your question though, no, these articles aren't very
all Debbie Downers. Great, thanks, Ian.
This is the article though. I think this is the creme de la creme of articles that I wanted to give for Doug to piss him off.
Okay, we can go over it if he comes back. In an audit of supply chain partners, Apple found increased labor violations in 2017. Apple otherwise paints a picture of progress, but watchdogs don't always agree. Each year, Apple releases a report called the Supplier Responsibility Progress Report, detailing its audits of the labor practices of its suppliers around the world. Apple reports violations it finds at various categories of severity and gives its suppliers ratings based on how they treat their workers. The 12th annual report was released this week, and in it, Apple says it found more violations than it did last year, at least in part of their new suppliers and partners added to the supply chain. Out of 757 suppliers included in the audit across 30 countries, 197 were being audited for the first time. Apple found twice as many core violations in 2017 as it did in the previous year. Core violations are those that Apple considers the most serious breaches of compliance, and for which it claims to have zero tolerance. 3 of the most serious violations were debt-bonded labor violations. In one example, a supplier charged 700 workers in the Philippines a total of $1 million in recruitment fees for securing their jobs there. The nominal GDP per capita in the Philippines is $3,593, according to the IMF. So this is a significant burden, as workers may not be paid enough to manage the debt they take on to pay these fees. The United Nations considers debt bondage a form of slavery. Apple's policies require that its suppliers do not charge fees of this kind in any amount. So they're turning the motherfuckers into indentured servants.
Yeah.
That's how it is in third world countries sometimes. I don't know what country was that? The Philippines? I don't think is that third world?
I don't know, maybe second world.
Hold on. Historically, third world, World War II, NATO. There's a whole thing about it, the actual definition of the term.
Well,
these are shithole countries. Trump. No, wait, those people aren't brown. Never mind. Well, this really, on its if you take this just at face value, they're finding violations and labor. Okay, but that sounds bad on its surface. But when you get down to the actual first couple layers of this, yes, they're not actually in Apple factories working specifically for Apple. These are companies that they're supplying them with stuff in the chain. Because, Apple may have factories, but they're not all Apple factories. They're whoever makes the Samsung chips that Apple buys. And Apple
do business with them, though, right?
Well, yeah, but this is during their, vetting process. They're going through and saying, okay, guys, we looked and you're fucking this up. Because, everyone's going to say they don't do it until they start working. And then they're like, no, wait a minute. So, Apple's releasing this to us and telling us. So there is that. I have to give them that. You can't fix the problem if you don't admit it. And if you don't make it public, it can stay. You got to release it to the public early, because if you sit on it, that sounds like you're weighing whether or not you want to just pay to make it go away or actually fix the fucking problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
like paying off lawyers for dead people versus stopping whatever was killing the motherfuckers.
Well, is that factory, that Foxconn factory? Was that under Apple? Because I remember I was talking about that with Doug, and he's like, "Well, they yelled at him and they fixed it now or something."
Well, I mean, my guess is it was actually Foxconn, and because they make I think weren't they the ones who made the sockets for the AMD boards that weren't fitting right? The Foxconn.
Yeah,
when
we talked about that before with the Foxcons, where like some of the different brands. I think it's like the Gigabyte or something.
Yeah, and like this is the Threadripper builds, like they just wouldn't seat properly. So I'm assuming that they just sourced their stuff from them. I mean, that's why if you get an Apple product, the very first thing you open up says designed by Apple in California, made in China, and made in China for Apple in California. That's another thing they say, because realistically, they're the idea men. They think of stuff and they make sure it meets their guidelines. But realistically, if you're doing it, especially on the bulk and quantity, when they say, supply chain and, uh, like you said, dealings and workers, when you're doing it on the scope that Apple is doing it, just to see, I've worked in supply chain for over a decade, so I can understand where this is going, and I've seen quantities just in my neighborhood increase, as much as they have. I can't imagine Apple's scope. There's a bigger chain of command to have to enforce, is what I'm saying. There's more companies that you have to police, and I mean, I don't think
it's all humans that you're trying to.
Yeah, I mean, yes, and there are a bunch of different people, a bunch of workers napping in the cafeteria on their lunch break.
I just remember that the Foxconn, like I feel bad for those people, because it's like that the conditions were so bad there that they had to put nets up just so people wouldn't kill themselves.
Well, yeah, but it depends. See, the thing is, a lot of the places, you'll hear reports of certain areas having higher suicide rates. Like, I hate to say this, the YouTuber that went to Japan, there's an entire woods where people just go there to kill themselves.
Yeah.
It's I don't want to say it's a society or a generational thing, because it's its own horrible, tragic thing that I don't want to cloak and just say it's based on this. That's too ugly, and that's too broad a scope, or too broad a brush for what I'm trying to say here. I'm saying that there's, they deal with stress. They're very professional in other parts of the world. They don't. When you fail, it's seen more as I am a failure. I let everybody down, and my family is not eating because of me. And instead of just shooting up heroin like they do here, they say I can't take it, and they jump off a roof or whatever. And if you don't make it to college, you could kill yourself. I mean, stuff like that. And
yeah, Barnacle was saying they even had to deal with dark thoughts or something.
Yeah, I mean, and he's married with kids and everything. But depression is even in this country, the greatest land in the world. Like recently, we've only just started talking about mental health, and everyone says, "Oh, it's not guns, it's mental health." I'm not talking about guns right now. I'm just saying, yes, there's a mental health problem, but by saying that it's mental health doesn't solve the problem. And mental health, fatigue, and stress are problems worldwide. It's a human condition, a human situation. We have emotions. We have a mental capacity to handle emotions. And when there isn't a sufficient balance in the health of one or the other or both, then that can lead to problems. And Apple is trying to prevent the breakdown that causes excess stress, excess whatever. I don't see them as I mean, every company is an evil company to some extent, but I don't think they're being the bad guys here. This report, on its surface, you can look at it snarky and go, "Oh, Apple's just an evil, greedy, $1 billion company." They have billions of dollars. they have more people to tell to fuck off and do as they say than we forget about. You know,
Yeah.
more people, they tell more people what to do in a day than we meet in our lifetime.
Right.
So
Also, I think they were doing like they were like forcing people to have like abortions there or something. Like they were saying. Because I know
well,
China was like really strict with the in general with the kids, you know.
I mean, if we
Like
hold them
not
to the
allowed
same
to get-
standard here in America, you know, kids can barely go through high school without being shot at. And every kid's in high school here. So the only difference is these are paid employees that are their bosses are making them do horrible things. So this is our own friends and family that are killing each other.
Yeah. Well, like I was even talking with Doug about like the, you know, like just the Apple stores here in America. Like they're like the morale there is like pretty bad too. Like the they can't even like afford their own products. You know, like
Yeah,
I think
their
there was
discount is like 25%.
yeah, like there was a famous quote where somebody said like you should at least make sure your own workers can afford your product. You know, that's being a good business.
Well, Justin Long, the guy who said, I'm a Mac and I'm a PC, when he would go into a store, he was supposed to get like 30% off. And he would go in and the guys would recognize him and they say, don't worry, man. He's like, they gave me their employee discount, which is 25%. He's like, and I'm not too big to go, no, man, I get the 30%. But speaking of Apple, by the way, and I have a story here in my news I'm going to go ahead and link to you here. And then I'll click it for myself. Huh?
Would this piss him off even more?
Well, I don't. Hold on. Here are 911 transcripts of some of the times Apple employees walked directly into glass walls. Last month, reports emerged that Apple's new spaceship campus in Cupertino, California, which hosts roughly 13,000 employees behind around 3,000 giant panes of glass, has resulted in the company's employees repeatedly injuring themselves by walking straight into the semi-visible walls. Cupertino building officials allegedly warned Apple that the $5 billion Apple Park design would lead to just that happening. And per a public records request by the San Francisco Chronicle, we now have 911 call records from at least 3 times those officials were proven right. On January 2nd, 2018, Area 911 services fielded 2 separate calls regarding distracted Apple workers who slammed into glass walls, as well as another 2 days later. All 3 of the injured happened to be men. In the second incident, the person in question conked into the wall hard enough that on-site medical personnel deemed he was likely to need stitches. Here's the first incident per the Chronicle. Call, January 2nd, 2018. Dispatcher, medical emergency in 185. What are you reporting? Caller, this is Apple Security reporting a medical injury. Dispatcher, okay, what is the address of the emergency? Caller, just a moment. Person in the background near the caller, if you could let them know Apple Parkway. Caller, Apple Parkway. Dispatcher, what is the address? Caller, Apple Parkway, 1 Apple Parkway. Dispatcher, can you repeat to make sure I have it correct? Caller, 1 Apple Parkway. Dispatcher, where specifically should they go? Caller, Transit Center 5A. Dispatcher, Transit Center. Is that in any specific area at Apple? Caller, it's off of Tattoo Avenue. Caller, is that right? Repeating that address. Yes. So tell me exactly what happened. Caller, we had an individual who ran into a glass pane, and they hit their head. They have a small cut on their head and they are bleeding, slightly disoriented. We have on-site security with them right now. Dispatcher, are you with the patient now? Caller, no, I am not with the patient. We're trying to have a security unit call it now so I connect you over. Dispatcher, how old is the patient? Caller, late 20s. Dispatcher, is the patient male or female? Caller, male. Is he awake? He is conscious. Is he breathing? That we do not know. Yes, he's conscious and breathing. Wow.
How did he hit like his phone on his head or something when he crashed it? Because like unless the giant pane of glass broke, which would probably cut him in half if he did, but unless that happened, how do you cut your glass?
Well, it's a wall. He probably walked onto the edge.
That's
So,
funny. Well, it's not funny, but
I mean, it's funny. Ain't that funny, honey?
well, you know what? I was thinking that they should make it like an app with all the new like 3D sensing sensors in the iPhones and stuff now. Like
Boop, 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 boop. This
they
is a
should
wall.
have some kind of vibrate. Yeah, like they should have sensors that will like vibrate really hard before you crash.
Lane assist for your fucking phone.
Yeah.
What's that? Oh, I got too close to you. Sorry.
Well, and that would probably actually be beneficial too to like blind people and stuff. So it could replace like a walking cane or something, maybe, That would be kind of cool,
Maybe.
But
Comcast gets FCC's help in $3.5 million battle against small cable company.
oh boy.
I did see this. The FCC has dismissed a complaint against Comcast filed by a rival that said it was forced to pay a punitive ransom of $3.5 million in order to keep airing Comcast-owned TV programming. Wade Broadband filed what is called a petition for declaratory ruling, claiming that Comcast engaged in unfair acts and practices that prevented Wave from providing programming to subscribers. But the FCC's Media Bureau decided that Wave's petition was actually a program access complaint, and there is a strict deadline for filing such complaints. We dismissed the petition because we did not file within the time limit that our program access rule requires, FCC said in its ruling on Wednesday. With that decision, the FCC accepted Comcast's argument that Wave's petition came too late because it was filed in the final month of the contract terms, long after the FCC's one-year statute of limitations period expired.
FCC was like, FCC, you're way out of here.
Right. So I think I have one similar because I had a couple on FCC and the internet. No, just different. Okay, moving on. I gotta scroll again. Hold on. Oh, you only got one more left?
Yeah, but it's a tech dirt.
Terrified of losing in court, ISPs with Senator John Kennedy's help push hard for a fake net neutrality law. ISPs are worried the FCC's assault on net neutrality won't hold up in the face of court challenge, and they should be. By law, the FCC has to prove that the broadband market changed substantially enough. Jesus fucking Christ. Can you summarize this, Ian?
I didn't read the full thing, so no.
I'm not reading entire articles on the air.
I know.
Hey,
Bro.
I told you I can't be on late.
It says basically it's a net neutrality law to, in name only, ghost written by the broadband industry, and its real purpose is threefold. One, it would preempt the 25 and counting state efforts to impose real net neutrality rules in the wake of federal apathy. It would also prevent any future FCC or Congress from passing real tough federal rules should the FCC repeal succeed in court. And finally, would even preempt the FCC's 2015 net neutrality rules from being restored about should the ISPs and the FCC lose in a major court battle to come.
Enough. Sorry.
So, yeah, this is another Debbie Downer one. So,
thanks.
It's
enough.
More fighting.
It never ends, man. Jesus. He doesn't like to be alone, is what it is.
Well, what did you have?
I have a lot of crap. Let me skip. Shut up! Sorry.
Okay.
Let me skip on to some interesting ones. I had your new egg one. I had that already. Here's one that the headline is most of it. Facebook survey: Should we let men ask 14-year-old girls for sexual pictures?
Oh.
So, shut up! God damn, lay down. So, yeah, that was a thing. Here's a survey. There are a wide range of topics, behaviors that appear on Facebook. And thinking about your ideal world where you would set up Facebook's policies, how would you handle the following? A private message in which an adult man asks 14-year-old girl for sexual pictures. This content should be allowed on Facebook, and I would not mind seeing it. This content should be allowed on Facebook, but I don't want to see it. I mean, basically the whole thing is like, who thought that was a good idea?
Right.
So there's that.
Okay.
And then I saw this. New York Times issues correction after editor fails to turn off millennials to snakes people browser extension. Text altering browser extensions are all fun and games until you forget to turn them off in the most awkward situation possible. Like, say, a situation in which you're editing a column for the New York Times that fact checks the president's claim on trade and you accidentally publish a bit of complete nonsense. You might remember the moment in time when just a few years ago people were more concerned about cleansing repetitive subjects like Justin Bieber from their browsing experience rather than neo-Nazi trolls and bots. A lot of simple browser extensions were released to change certain photos or words when a user encountered them online, and one of the more popular extensions was millennials to snake people, which changes the words millennials to snake people. It also changes other words and phrases that commonly pop up in think pieces about millennials, as the New York Times found out on Wednesday. In the column, President Trump's exaggerated and misleading claims on trade, the Times reviewed the accuracy of some of the president's recent statements regarding the economy. When the piece initially went up online, one section of text was block quoted from another article by the Times that read, in part, America's trade deficit narrowed dramatically during the time of shedding and cold rocks. It should have said America's trade deficit narrowed dramatically during the Great Recession. It's unclear how long the mistake stayed up, but the Times issued a correction today, citing an editing error involving a satirical text-swapping browser extension. So come on, that's kind of funny, right?
Right.
Also, I don't know if I'm surprised you didn't bring up this story at all here. Amazon Alexa devices are randomly laughing and freaking everyone out.
Oh, I did hear about this, and I was watching this guy's I came across this guy's YouTube channel. He does like a lot of like scary stuff, you know, like creepypasta and like haunted abandoned exploration places, and he was like his Alexa, because he had his like his LED lights and stuff hooked up to his Echo, and like he said that Alexa, like you would tell it to turn on the light or whatever, and it would turn on, but then it would turn back off and then like start flickering like randomly or whatever, and then like sometimes it would like laugh, or like he would wake up to it like talking or whatever and having like a conversation or something.
Yeah, and another I saw they said that it like just started randomly listing funeral homes in the area without being asked.
Yeah,
that's fucking creepy. But one of the commercials I heard from NPR actually was kind of funny. They said your smart speaker, so they didn't say it by name, so it wasn't a keyword to wake it up. Your smart speaker, you can ask it to play your local NPR and all your local radio stations uh, at any time for free, and we promise she'll really do it. She won't just laugh at you. And I'm like, oh, that's a topical. I like that. By the way, speaking of Amazon, I saw this headline. The title was clickbait. I read the whole thing though because I was like, oh my god. Title: Amazon driver delivery driver reportedly fired for squashing puppy with package. I said, what? Well, he throws a package directly on a dog. There's a larger dog here, and then there's a puppy, and he throws it on the puppy purposely. Types up his thing that he, succeeded with his delivery and leaves. He doesn't actually hurt the dog because it's just a thing of swimwear. Well, they think he hurt the dog, but like the owner was like, her eye was squinty, so she might have got damaged or took the corner in it. But she's apparently fine because the video was posted to Facebook after it happened, and they said that it's not an employee of Amazon; he's a contractor, which is different. But the fact that somebody would do that on purpose is an asshole move.
Yeah. And who was this? This was
an Amazon delivery driver.
Oh yeah, that's right. Is that new thing where Amazon is trying to?
I don't know because I thought it was their driver, and apparently update. Amazon sent us the confirmation. Oh, the oxygen is a little squinty. Amazon's looking into it, and they're like, I don't want to. In the statement of the article, they're like, I don't want to say that they're doing good because they should not support their drivers hurting fucking dogs, but at least they're investing it in and they're firing him or whatever. I don't know. But
I didn't tell you with my keyboard, like I yelled at the USPS guy because it was the second time it happened like a few days later, but the first time they delivered my keyboard just in the hallways of my apartment, and I didn't get any kind of notifications or anything. Nobody buzzed me or knocked on my door. It was just like it was sitting there for like a couple days just in my hallway because like I didn't leave the apartment or whatever. So
right.
And it's like it didn't come in a regular like brown box. Like it actually said keyboard and stuff on it.
I told you my Dell was delivered to my house they left it under my doormat in a big Dell box. So yeah.
So like, and then I got thankfully like the guy did it the second time with my hard drive, but luckily I heard like he had like a walkie-talkie or whatever, and I heard that, and I heard him by the door, so I was like, hey, I'm expecting a package today, and then he just puts on the ground, and then luckily I catch him before he goes to the elevator and be like, hey, can I talk to you for a second? And then like I start telling him, hey, you're supposed to buzz me from downstairs. Sometimes they go upstairs and knock on people's doors, but really the proper protocol is to buzz them, and if nobody answers, then they have to return it back to the post office. But he just leaves my hard drive on the ground.
Yeah, dick move, bro.
I heard it in the hallway.
I hate USPS. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't like FedEx and all that, but at least with FedEx and UPS, you'll get a tracking number that works.
Yeah, USPS FedEx knocked today for my monitor arm.
Hey, you won't get a notification until it's already been at your house. Anyway, Netflix lands the Deadpool creator's comic universe.
Huh.
So yeah, they signed basically the creator of Deadpool, and I got 2 articles on that in case anyone wants to read further, but they're just like, okay, we're making money with Marvel. Fuck it, let's get the Deadpool shit too. Yeah. Because, that's crazy, right?
Right.
I mean, I think they just figure we've got money, let's throw money at it, and maybe we'll become the biggest thing ever, which they are, but they are kind of high in debt. So.
Yeah.
But also, Barack Obama could be moving to Netflix. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't. What's up with that?
Oh, you
Like,
didn't? That was
or
all
something?
over the news. This other article that's less. Former President Barack Obama is in advanced negotiations with Netflix to produce a series of high-profile shows that will provide him a global platform after his departure from the White House. Because he did that show with David Letterman recently, and apparently did really well. My dog, I don't know if he needs to go out or if he's just making noise to be whiny.
Well, if he needs to, you could send me an article and I'll start reading it or something.
Well, all right, hold on. Let me pull one up here. I'll click the thing, send you that in the chat, and I'll pull it up here so the folks can play at home. And I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, Gabe Newell, hooray! Valve's going to start shipping games again. Valve was jealous of Nintendo, now has that expertise to develop hardware and software simultaneously. There's a picture on it. Oh my god. I've got a crazy background. At a presentation for upcoming Dota 2 themed card game Artifact at Valve's offices in Bellevue, Washington today, or Bellevue, Gabe Newell uh, reiterated that Valve is getting back into developing new games beyond its current roster of multiplayer titles. After talking about Valve's focus on Steam and hardware uh, during the past several years, which he describes as an investment in the future, Newell says Artifact is the first of several games that are going to be coming from us. So that's sort of good news. Hooray, Valve's going to start shipping games again. Oh, goddamn. That's games plural. Artifact isn't the only game Valve is working on. In January 2017, Reddit AMA Newell did confirm that Valve was working on a vast, or at least one fully fledged single player game in the fall. In the following month, in roundtable interviews with PC Gamer, Newell said that Valve was working on 3 big VR games. Today's statement doesn't make it 100% clear whether Valve has projects in development beyond these previously mentioned games, but it is a possibility. We aren't going to be talking about it today, Newell said, but sort of the big thing, the new era we have in our uh, quiver really is our ability to develop hardware and software simultaneously. Let me fix my microphone here. Yeah. Newell gave some background on Valve's projects from the last few years, but Steam VR and the Vive had said, explaining that the company was worried about the PC heading in the direction of an iPhone S closed ecosystem. You could see that Microsoft was like, "Wow, how can we make Windows more like that?" Or Zuckerberg saying, "Well, I tried to compete in the phones. I got my ass kicked, so I'm going to create this new thing, VR, which will allow me to recreate the kind of closed high margin ecosystem that Apple's done, and that really started to worry us because we thought that the strength of the PC is about its openness. So we started to make some investments to offset that. Yes. So I got a couple more paragraphs. These investments, Newell said, meant that they hadn't released a new game since Dota 2, but that work wasn't a waste of time. The positive thing about the Vive is, in addition to making sure that nobody created an iOS closed platform for it, was also that it gave us the opportunity to develop our own in-house expertise in hardware design. 5 years ago, we didn't expect electrical engineers and, excuse me, people who knew how to do it, uh, robot or knew how to do robots. All right. So my Chrome crashed. Hey there, Frank. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. My Chrome crashed. Let's see. Yeah, I lost the article that Frank had in the chat, so I don't have that up anymore. But it does. I mean, I guess it's good to innovate and stuff with the games. Like, I don't really get into the VR stuff too much, so I don't have too many thoughts on it.
Okay, I'm back. What'd I miss?
Yeah. Well, I was reading your article and then my Chrome crashed, so I lost your link there. But I mean, it seemed like I was just telling them I guess it's cool to innovate with the games and stuff, but like they were talking about VR and stuff, and I'm like when I'm reading stuff, like I wasn't getting the whole gist of it as I reading, you know.
Well, apparently, Valve's gonna start shipping games again.
Yeah. Well, that's good though, I guess, you know.
Well, like people are real pissed off. They're still waiting for the new Half-Life.
Yeah.
So, but what are you gonna do?
Right. So
I
is your dog okay?
Huh? Yeah, he went outside, but he's really missing his mom. See, normally when I do the show, my wife's in there watching TV with him, and they just fall asleep. I'm not paying attention to him, so he's like, "Hey." So,
well, it's okay,
huh?
Or does he doesn't like coming in there?
I can't. No. If I there's no room over here. Because let's see, there's the desk that's literally 3 feet from the bed, so he'd be right in front of me in my way. No, I don't need him sticking his nose on. He puts his head on the desk and tries to get my hand away from the mouse. I can't have that. Or my wife bought me a stuffed. I think is this actually Funko? Hold on. Funko. Well, it's a Star Wars plushie that kind of looks like the Funko figures.
Right.
And it's cool. It's Boba Fett. I was like, awesome. So, and she gave it to me, and the dog saw it and was like, oh, that's got to be mine. Because he gets so many stuffed animals. Now, this is mine. I took it, went in the next room, and put it on my desk. I come back in. We're hanging out in the bedroom talking. He goes away. He comes back. He's got my new toy in his mouth. No, you're gonna fucking just destroy it. Give me that fucking thing. So I have to keep him out of here. So no. I'd rather. Plus, like I said, he's a big dog. If he, freaks out or anything or whatever, I don't have room to just let stuff happen. So usually he's okay in there with my wife, but she's not there. So I got the doors open. He can see me, but he just doesn't want to be ignored. I tried to play video games before, and no. I can hear him. It's not like I'm trying to ignore him. When he starts whining, I go, get up and go see what is the matter with him. But he's just being a big baby. The other dog, she doesn't even care.
Right. Yeah, it's hard to get an idea of your whole room layout there and stuff. Like, would you ever do a vlog?
No.
No.
Well, I'd have to clean up first because I told you, cable management isn't done. I have a lot of stuff that's laying around that needs picked up.
Yeah, I've been thinking about I might, since we've been on this show for a long time. I was thinking about for my channel maybe either doing some vlogs or maybe do some kind of tutorials or something with some of the software, like how to use advanced renamer or Cody or something,
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of shit out there about that, but it's if you do it pretty good, you still get an audience,
Right, and if you make it where it's presentable, you don't gotta. A lot of them would seems like little kids making up the either a little kid or some foreigner, even though they're not foreign. You do speak English, right? What are you doing? First, you take the. I'm like, are you reading a script you wrote? Anyway, okay. Here's a couple of interesting stories. Google plans to make the whole web as fast as AMP. In a blog post today, Google's announced that it's formally embarking on a project to convince the group in charge of web standards to adopt technology inspired by its accelerated mobile pages AMP framework. In theory, it would mean that virtually any web page could gain the same benefits as AMP, near instantaneous loading, distribution of mobile platforms, and, critically, more prominent placement on Google properties. This sounds impenetrably dense and boring, but please don't click away yet. This is important, a little tricky to understand, and critical to how the web and Google interact in the future. In many ways, Google's success or failure in this endeavor will play a major role in shaping how the web works on your phone. If you're unfamiliar, AMP is Google's attempt to make web pages as fast as possible, fast and portable as other instant articles, like what you might read on Facebook or Apple News. The idea is that... Is that you?
Yeah. And modem sound. Sorry, I had to put that in there.
I mean, it's not the same argument when the FCC was using web, mobile web as that should be the standard for broadband, right? No, they're saying they want everything to load as fast as it does on your phone, basically. And they're also saying that they want to have a big chunk of it because everything's optimized. Think about it, developers don't even make anything that's not optimized for Chrome because so many people use it. Right. So it's going to be interesting because, like they said, this is the way it's going to shape up. I mean, we're already, what is it they say, Web 2.0? Because Web 1.0 was GeoCities and all that shit, and Angel Fire, and...
Yeah, well, the Web 2.0 is pretty much where, you have the IPv6 or whatever protocol where you're using a string of letters or whatever for your IP address instead of numbers, the hexadecimal shit. And so you could have billions of IP addresses for your smart, your toaster or something, or your washing machine if you wanted, just because since so many devices are hooked into the internet now. Right.
Well, the thing is, like I said, Google's really trying to take actually a big piece of the pie in the actual internet. They're not just using their name and selling stuff in the traditional platform. They're actually engineering and trying to be they're trying to be the standard for internet. And that could be dangerous because I wasn't. It wasn't like we invented AMP because we want to control everything like people assume, he says. Instead, he argues, go back and look at how dire the state of the mobile web was a few years ago. Before AMP's inception, it sucked. In fact, Nilay Patel published a story on this very website titled The Mobile Web Sucks in 2015. Do you remember those Apple commercials? It's like, it's not the kind of sort of looks like the internet. It's the internet on your phone. And now they have mobile pages, and it's totally not the same thing. But yeah.
So I gotta ask Frank. So this isn't something to get amped about.
No. But no, this could be a positive or a negative. I mean, it's like, look at it this way: the internet itself is a big, a big pot, and if Google shapes it to their powers, then they have the potential of being a monopoly. But they also, the reason they got on top is because they're so good. It's just, are they going to be so big they can't fail kind of thing?
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
hey, I want to get to my new egg taxes faster.
Right. So I had another one that, hold on, I had another article that might be less bulky and easier to digest here.
Is this more pertinent to this?
Google is trying to make its fast-loading web tech a standard. Let me see how short. This one's a lot shorter. Google's accelerated mobile pages have one main problem. They only work in a handful of places, mainly Google, Twitter, Bing, and Baidu, which makes their fast-loading technology irrelevant everywhere else. Their underpinnings might not be confined for much longer, though. The search firm has launched a campaign to turn AMP-derived technology into a web standard. It's aiming to clean up and refine these technologies, which include pre-rendering, offline support, and locking down features, so they're useful virtually everywhere. Sites that met the criteria could be treated the same way as AMP pages in Google search results and Android's top stories news carousel. The company's David Besbris explained to The Verge that it has always wanted to turn AMP into something standardized and was going to build off of the lessons it learned developing its proprietary approach. AMP was created in part because Google wanted a web-based solution and running up and running quickly rather than letting apps and proprietary article formats such as Facebook Instant Articles take over during the standards creation process. There's no time frame on or even a name for the technology. Google will likely have to go through multiple standards by not just the World Wide Web Consortium, and these processes tend to take years. This is really about getting the ball rolling rather than something imminent. And the announcement doesn't signal a halt to work on AMP. It works deep integrations because it's search tech and content, more advanced e-commerce, and other upgrades. However, it's evident that the company is treating AMP more as an incubator for new technology than a tool for control. While it certainly wants to give its own pages the best possible experience, it knows that improving the broader web ultimately helps its own case. The faster and more flexible the web gets, the more likely it is that you'll use the web and thus view ads instead of turning to mobile apps that fence you off from the rest of the internet. That's summing up better?
AMP. Yeah. That AMP.
Oh, I don't know if is this the article I think I want to see? Yeah, Google Lens is coming to all Android phones running Google Photos. Did you hear about this?
What's Google Lens?
Okay, you remember that stupid headset they had a few years back? No?
Yeah, the glass holes.
Yeah. Google is officially rolling its Lens out to Android phones that have Google Photos installed. This means users will be able to scan things through the app to receive information, like a dog's breed or a flower type. Users can also create a contact from a business card or identify a landmark. Certain phones will eventually be able to access Lens through the Google Assistant too, including flagships like Samsung, Huawei, LG, Motorola, Sony, and HMD/Nokia. So yeah. I mean, that's cool. It's basically like doing a Google search with your fucking camera.
Huh.
You take a picture of a
Like-
building and it says this is Coit Tower. It was built in the 1930s.
So it uses like it probably uses like the resources on the cloud or something, probably, huh?
I mean, isn't that pretty wicked?
Yeah. Like so, like it does like a nearest image search or something like that, or
I mean, it's.
it recognizes it somehow with the.
I don't know the
AI
exact. Like, hold
software.
on. Lens has its own link here. Let me see. This is camera. And Google Lens on your smartphone. Oh, the feature isn't altogether new to Google. The company's Google Translate app uses. Oh, have you ever seen the Google Translate app? That's crazy. It's an augmented reality where if you put it in front of a piece of text that's in another language, it'll translate it and overlay the translation on top of the foreign words.
So like you wear that like you go to Japan or whatever, and with all the like the
No.
neon street signs, you'd be able to.
Well, it's on your phone. You just hold your phone up and it translates shit in real time.
Oh, okay.
So that's Intel smart glasses. Google Glass, is what I was thinking of, but I don't know what
Yeah,
if
Google
lenses.
Lens, that's what it was called.
Yeah, I don't know if this is like an app called Lens. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, it's gonna be kind of cool because you're gonna have shit just pop up all tell you about little factoids about, like they said, dog breeds and what kind of plant is this, and it'll know.
So it's like everything, but facial detection. It's everything else detection.
Well, I mean, really, who needs that?
Right.
I don't care about people. I care about buildings and flowers and dogs.
Right.
But what I was saying, I had stuff about the FCC. Charter Appeals Court loss still claims it can't be punished for slow speeds. Charter Communications is appealing a court ruling that said the ISP must face a lawsuit alleging the company falsely promised fast internet speeds that Charter knew it could not deliver. Charter claims the federal regulations, including the recent repeal of net neutrality rules, preempts the lawsuit filed by New York Attorney General Eric Schneiderman against Charter and its Time Warner subsidiary. The court rejected every argument made by Charter. By contrast, the state Supreme Court decision said the Charter can be held accountable for promising speeds up to a certain amount if there was no chance the customers could get those speeds. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That these ISPs are just making themselves look more and more like dicks. They just keep digging themselves deeper.
right. I mean, especially now that, well, there's no net neutrality rules, so fuck you. We don't have to do that.
Right.
Australia considers banning ISPs from listing internet speeds they cannot provide. They should do that. Because why should you list it if you can't do it? You can get speeds up to 1,000 megabits. Can you go that fast? No. I did a speed test. I don't know if I told you. I was next to my modem. Like, I was in my dining room, maybe 10 feet from my modem, and I get maybe between 30 and 50 megabits down, right?
That's on your phone or
on my phone.
Okay.
I walk till I'm right in front of the modem and do it again. I got 104 down.
Huh.
Was still 12 up. And then I did it again and it gave me like 30 down. It's inconsistent as fuck.
Yeah.
But I would like to get and then I looked it up and it's like, oh yeah, we can offer gigabit speeds eventually. Oh, but you're going to have the next generation fucking I have a dock IS 3.0 modem, and oh no, you have to have a 3.1. You motherfucker. I got to get cutting edge to be able to get speeds like 200 and something megabits down.
That's ridiculous.
You can now with mine. You can currently get like I think it actually, because that's what they said on the Spectrum website. If you just Google it, the maker of my modem says, "Oh yeah, you can get to 200-300 down with this thing." but not Spectrum. They don't say, well, they're like, oh yeah, we recognize that this thing works, but they won't say that. It's in the little tagline, must have a 3.1. And I looked it up and no, my model's a 3.0. Anyway.
Yeah,
whatever.
I was asking him on the phone. I remember a while ago, like what, like I was thinking about getting my own routers, you know, like you were doing, and I've always been, you know, leasing mine, and they said, oh yeah, you can do that, but you'll also like, you know, so I don't have to pay the fee for it. But they said you won't have to pay the fee, but you still got to have your the one that you're leasing hooked up at the same time, but you don't have to pay for it. I mean, like, why do I have to keep it on here if I'm not pay? You guys aren't going to charge me for keeping it, but I still got to keep it and have it hooked up also. But that's not going to be my router that I actually use.
That's bullshit because I don't.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think the lady knew what she was talking about.
No, they don't. I called and they said, okay, they'll take off the charge. They dropped the charge. They never asked for it back. I always assumed that's because it was old. Maybe they're just too stupid to figure it out. When my wife called to try to get them to change our streaming internet plan, they said, oh no, you need to get more channels, you have to have a box. So they changed it to another call or another customer service person. The other customer service person said, she told you need to have a box? I'm like, she says, yeah, in the ad it says no box required. She's like, yeah, it says no box required. So they don't know in between each other what the hell they're selling. But yeah, so Australia considers banning ISP. Huh?
I was just gonna say, I mean, they're able to do it for like all. I mean, I know a lot of people. There's like they have millions and millions of customers, but like they're like, and for government jobs and stuff, like they're able to have like they need to have like caseworkers and stuff for like that handles your specific case. If they can handle millions of other people's in like different sectors like the government and stuff, they should be able to do that for handling your cable, you know.
No, the average person's an idiot though, so you know, if you ever just listen to your parent try to ask you a question about the internet. My dad's internet, his computer's got something wrong with it, and it keeps bringing up an error, and he yells and blames the internet service provider. And I'm like, no, Dad, sounds like your computer. No, it ain't. Okay, Dad. When he had a computer and he told my brother, he's like, yeah, computer ain't that old, Ben. And he says, well, how old is it, Dad? Oh, it's about 10 years old. And the whole room, we all went, ooh. And my dad goes, oh, is that old? Yeah, Dad. It's not a car. You can drive a 10-year-old car. But anyway, the Australian government is considering a bill that would make it illegal for ISPs to falsely advertise high internet speeds. Under the proposed legislation, lying about internet speeds would become a finable offense that could cost the ISPs that violate the law up to $1 million Australian. Andrew Wilkie, a member of parliament who introduced the bill last week, told Motherboard people are getting worse than dial-up speeds when they've been promised a whiz-bang super-fast connection. He described one person complaining to him that they were charged for a 25 megabits download speed and a 5 megabits upload speed, but they were getting less than 1/10 of that. Yeah. I like this. The problem remains in the U.S. consumers routinely experience false advertising internet speeds. Last February, New York Attorney General Eric Schneiderman sued Spectrum, like we were just discussing. So,
well,
go ahead.
They say $1 million, but I was gonna say like, oh, that's it, huh?
Yeah, I mean, for each offense, I'm sure that the shit will stack up fast.
Well,
and they'll keep in litigation.
Like fines and stuff with that can vary or whatever, but a lot of times the companies like that, they don't even really notice that. Like in most situations, they'd rather pay a fine than have to deal with something else, you know?
Right.
But yeah, like they need to have something where they feel it more, you know, whether it's charging a lot more money or
banning them from coming into a state altogether.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, I don't know if you're a fan. Did you ever? I remember I watched like it's some kind of documentary on like like tort reform or whatever, because people, some people are for being able to have limitations on how much you could sue somebody for or whatever. What are your thoughts on that?
Usually, the articles I've seen of people who say, "Oh no, if you get injured in this," there was a guy that got injured and paralyzed, and then he went and made it illegal for people who are injured the same way he got injured to sue for money that he got. No, that was bullshit. No, so I don't. You can't put that kind of power in people's hands. I don't care which side they are. They could be people are corrupt and evil people. Anyway, Ajit Pai's supporters say he's gone too far with a plan that hurts poor people. Pai takes heat from all sides over a plan to evict resellers from Lifeline program. Ajit Pai can usually count on support from broadband industry lobbyists and conservative think tanks each time he announces a new policy, but Pai's proposal to limit broadband choices for poor people who rely on a telecom subsidiary program is coming under fire from all directions. Pai, the FCC chairman, wants a major overhaul of Lifeline, a federal program that lets poor people use a $9.25 a month household subsidiary to buy internet and or phone service. Today, more than 70% of wireless phone users who rely on Lifeline subsidiaries buy their phones from resellers, i.e. companies that purchase capacity from network operators and then resell it directly to consumers. Pai's Lifeline plan would force all of those customers to find new carriers because he proposes to limit Lifeline subsidiaries to facilities-based broadband providers, those that operate their own networks. As we previously reported, excluding resellers from the program would limit competition in the market for subsidized plans and push consumers towards network operations like AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, USA, and Sprint. Consumer advocacy groups have criticized the proposal just as they have previous Pai moves targeting that Lifeline program. But the reseller ban isn't even getting support from the large broadband companies that the ban seems designed to benefit. So, yeah, and there's this fucking rationale. Whatever bullshit comes out of my mouth that doesn't make any fucking sense, because I know better than you people. I know.
Yeah,
it's like our goddamn president. I know more than the generals do. No, you don't.
Yeah, I can see why. I was gonna say I can see why Trump hired him, because he's a lot like Trump, where it's like he pisses off every side and he just keeps doing whatever he wants.
Yeah, he's gonna keep it up until he drags everybody down, kicking and streaming, and then he's gonna jump on his golden parachute, as they call it, which is when you send your company into a barrel roll and you jump off and take your bag of money and just run off into the sunset until either you turn into a what was that guy? Madoff. You turn into Madoff or one of those guys and get caught
guy.
eventually. But it's not all sad. I mean, that's sad. But
we've both been doing a lot of Debbie Downers, man.
I have some uppers in here. Washington becomes first state to pass law protecting net neutrality.
Okay.
Hold on, I gotta turn this fucking sound off. Oh.
Demonetized.
Okay, pause. I can't wait. The 15th, that ad block comes on from Chrome, and I will turn that shit on that day. Washington State has a new law to protect net neutrality time when the feds are getting rid of it. In a bipartisan effort, the state legislators passed House Bill 2282, which was signed into law Monday by Governor Jay Inslee. Washington will be the first state in the nation to preserve the open internet. Safeguard. Let me see if there's actual meat of the. No, it just says they're the first one, so it doesn't actually give a whole lot. But there were a couple. If you just look up Washington net neutrality, it'll pull up a whole bunch of articles. I just grabbed the first one and threw it in there.
I'm just curious what. Oh, damn it!
What?
I was curious what states are like. Where do they have like a map or whatever for net neutrality, for their stance on it for each state? I'm curious about Connecticut now. Then I know most of them are for net neutrality and they're trying to do something.
I just did an image search. I said net neutrality by state. Puerto Rico, go away, ad. Platform jump from Ukraine, open in it. According to 2 million. So here it is by. This is a map of September 17th, 2017, showing how many states are in favor or against net neutrality. I don't know if this is based off of that bullshit, website where they could comment or what, but this one state's a tie. Where the hell's Connecticut's up there in the dark blue, which is overwhelmingly for net neutrality.
Okay. And what's the orange?
This color, the salmony looking,
Yeah.
is mostly against.
So apparently, I was against neutrality.
Yeah, see, I think this is just according to the FCC's thing, probably. I don't know where they're actually getting these numbers. Sure, it says here the image credits. I'm not going to look at it. But yeah, because we don't have, like that one article I had where they're like, oh, they only have one choice. Yeah, we don't have a fucking choice here. If I want gigabit internet speeds. I'll pay a high price if I can get the fastest around, but you know what? Not going to happen. So,
yeah, you don't have a choice.
Comcast found accidentally blocking legitimate sites, including PayPal and Steam. Scared yet? Comcast's Xfinity broadband internet access service has been found blocking a number of legitimate sites through its protected browsing option. The internet is full of malware, phishing attacks, nefarious ads, and parents are loath to let their kids surf thanks to, parents, this piracy and pornography. Anyway, Comcast Xfinity broadband internet service has a solution for that. It's called protected browsing, and it promises to block the bad stuff. The only problem is that a lot of good stuff is getting caught in Xfinity's protected web, like PayPal and Gaming Hub Steam, both of which were recently deemed threats by the Xfinity protected browsing feature. So yeah, that's not good, guys.
That's not good, okay?
Okay, don't let the kids not game, okay? I don't know how good this link's going to be. Hold on. Because I sent these to myself and I don't remember it at all. AMD and NVIDIA envision grim future for GPU mining. Good. The year 2017 has been pretty positive for the cryptocurrency mining industry as a whole. It has also caused a few issues for the GPU market. Yeah, few. With more cards being bought as of late, it now seems both AMD and NVIDIA are concerned about sales will taper off quite quickly. Whether or not things are as bad as expected remains to be seen. And this little thing. I mean, it's a bubble. Everyone's sure that it's going to burst. We just don't know when.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, like I said last week, though, even if the bubble pops pretty soon, it's still going to take a long time for the price to go down just because, the popularity of gaming itself.
Yeah, they think that they're going to get their money, the 100% of their money back, which you can't do that if you wear the fuck out of your car by running it all day.
Right.
And especially if you mount the BIOS and all that. Great for mining. Who gives a fuck? By the way, external graphics stocks could be the best way of saving money on GPUs. I found like 2 or 3 articles about this. These are crazy times for PC builders. We're living in strange times when it comes to building your own PC. Excessive demand from crypto miners means video card prices have risen to such highs that buying a pre-built computer is now often cheaper than building your own. But there could be a way around the problem. External graphics includers. Tom's Hardware reports that these external docks, the kind that come with video cards pre-installed, won't get your GPU close to its MSRP, but they still offer savings over current retail prices. Enclosures such as Razer's Core V2 are primarily aimed at lower-end laptops and AIO PCs with integrated graphics. Thanks to Thunderbolt 3, these boxes can boost graphical performance while offering a range of extra connectivity options. Most of them come without an included GPU, but Gigabyte has one for sale that can get on a top and that you can get with a top NVIDIA card for less than what's currently paid if you bought it individually. The publication found that Gigabyte's Aorus GeForce box with either a GTX 1080 or a 1070 are selling on Newegg for $700 and $600 respectively. While they not be pre-mining craze levels, it's certainly better than the cheapest 1070 card on the site, which is almost $700. A single 1080 on Newegg, meanwhile, will set you back $780, meaning you're still saving about $80 by buying the enclosure.
So do you think this is going to be kind of like the external drive market where people you'll be able to find a way to shuck it or something?
I mean, it's not as much. You just open it and take the card out.
Yeah.
It's stupid that you got to buy it. It's like you buy a new printer because the printer is cheaper than the ink. I'm only saying that because there's a printer ad right here.
Well, if this does start getting more steam, then we're just going to come back to where we started with it, though, because the miners are going to do the same thing. Like,
yeah.
It's like competing with miners pretty much, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Gamers and miners competing.
I forgot I had another Chrome article here. Chrome on Windows ditches Microsoft's compiler, now uses Clang.
What the heck is Clang?
Google's Chrome browser is now built using the Clang compiler on Windows. Previously built using the Microsoft C++ compiler, Google is now using the same compiler for Windows, Mac OS, Linux, and Android, and the switch makes Chrome arguably the first major software project to use Clang on Windows. Chrome on Mac OS and Linux has long been built using the Clang compiler and the LLVM toolchain. The open source compiler is the compiler of choice on Mac OS, making it the natural option there, and it's also a first-class choice for Linux, though the venerable GCC is still the primary compiler choice on Linux. Excuse me. By using Clang instead, Google ensured that it has only one set of compiler quirks and oddities to work with rather than two. But Chrome on Windows has instead used Microsoft's Visual C++ compiler. The Visual C++ compiler is the most supported, most widely used compiler on Windows, and critically, is the compiler with the best support on Windows' wide range of debugging and diagnostic tools. So basically, they're trying to cut their overhead by only using one compiler. Because everyone uses it for Linux and Mac. Fuck it, we're using it for Windows too. And the sub thing says, step 1, first make Clang support Windows. I mean, you're the coding guy. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
Well, I mean, if Chrome's already the #1 supported browser, and they changed they flipped the script and changed the game, because everyone loved Firefox. I did too. But now a bunch of shit doesn't work because Chrome just does it better and faster.
So I don't do a whole lot of coding though, like with where you got to compile something, you got to use a program to turn it into like a exe or whatever.
I hate to admit I've done a little bit of compiling because
really
not enough to say I'm good at it. There's been a few apps that I'm like, yeah, I want this app, and they're like, actually, this is a paid app, but it's also available on GitHub if you compile it yourself. I'm like, fuck. So I've had to compile stuff to be able to use it, but not very often.
Right. Yeah, I just like writing, like scripting stuff and coding, and then it runs off of what you see is what you get, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
I like languages are like that.
I just figured you'd like that. It's white and nerdy.
Yeah. That's a pretty cool one, though. What else you got?
Almost done here. Nintendo Switch turned its lack of power into a strength. What the Switch's strange game library is bringing to the system. The Nintendo Switch has one of the strangest and most interesting libraries in modern gaming. That wouldn't have happened if it were closer to competition in terms of hardware power. Nintendo has always been comfortable doing its own thing, but the Switch's design itself means that developers can't approach it with the same strategy they bring to other consoles. Well, there'll be very little difference between the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 version of Far Cry 5, for instance. The Switch isn't powerful enough to run the game at all. If Ubisoft wants to do something interesting on the Switch, it has to change up its strategy and create something suited specifically for that console. Would we still have gotten Mario plus Rabbids if Ubisoft could just port all of its existing games to the Switch? It's very possible, but the end result is that the Switch has a Ubisoft game that you can't get anywhere else. It also feels so natural that you rarely see Mario plus Rabbids brought up when people talk about exclusives. A PlayStation 4 exclusive Assassin's Creed title will be discussed endlessly, but Mario plus Rabbids doesn't seem artificial or forced. It just feels like Ubisoft took a step back to create something thoughtful, something that worked with the strengths of the platform and its partner in Nintendo. This is a really good article to piss Doug off. Because they're saying, you know what? We don't need high-powered games. Let's put a little cute little shitty game in there. And just watch it go, fuck, and then he fucking plays his shit, whatever the hell he plays. He doesn't actually play games, does he?
I don't know. He's a Sony pony. That's all I know.
That's what I'm saying, though. He doesn't like... He talks about how bad games are, but then he won't name a single good one.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, he likes the wrestling games. So.
Gee, I don't care about those. Those aren't games.
Next. Those aren't games. Next.
Yeah. Ooh, you press a button and it does its own combo. Ooh, you got a guy that's on TV on the screen. I don't give a shit. Next. For years,
well, you really don't play the Ubisoft games, though, do you?
I have some, but not a whole lot. Like just whatever were the freebies.
Right.
Every so often they give a free one away, and I'm like, okay. Last week, Sony announced that the Vita, along with PS3, will stop getting monthly games through a PlayStation Plus subscription service in March of 2019. In the wake of that news, it's worth remembering Vita owners never had an easy go of things, but it would have been a whole lot worse without PlayStation Plus. Vita owners like to talk about the handheld like fans of a sports team that's never won a championship, despite coming close on several occasions. If just a few things had gone differently, we like to speculate on forums or at the store while hunting for a rare physical copy of Dragon Rapid Trigger Happy Havoc. The narrative tale of the Vita will forever be a tragic one, but there have been a few silver linings over the years, and none bigger than the decent and sometimes even great Vita games that were included with the PS Plus, which allowed paying users access to select games at no extra charge. So basically, what did the title say of this? It was PlayStation Plus kept the Vita alive. So getting games for it must have sucked, but if you could play them online for free, made it worth having, I guess. I remember that I don't. Right. Well, no, he's the Sony pony, so see, I knew people that had the Vita and the PlayStation Portable, and yeah, they had to have the Wi-Fi to be able to access stuff because. I don't remember many games being sold for it. I don't remember people going, oh man, I got to go out and get the, even Nintendo games. I can remember people going, oh, I've got to go out and get this stupid thing.
Yeah.
But
some people are living La Vida Loca, right?
Right. Now they're going to, you got the PlayStation 4, and Doug's going to love the whole VR concept because they're bringing down the price. Everyone's going to have VR in their fucking house.
Fucking VR was the worst invention ever.
It's a gimmick. It's dead. It's deader than dead. Well, believe it or not, that's my last article, sir.
Okay. Tonight, I think we're going to buy that on trivia tonight, so.
You mean this morning?
Yeah, this morning. Your dog needs you. I want to go home and see my dog.
I got to pet him and say, I love you guys. I didn't run and ignore you. And then I got to put them in their crates because if they don't get used to going to bed, just watch, I'll forget and fall asleep before I put them in there. Because if I don't, we have to have them in their crates because if not, they wake us up before the alarm goes off, and that's bullshit. And
yeah.
Hey, pet me. Hey, let me go out. No, it's 2 a.m. Shut up and go to bed. So, well, if you get up at 5, if you wake up before that, Fuck that. No. No.
How, like, if you wake up, how long will, like, what's the buffer of you saying, well, I'm just gonna have to stay up now? Like, if you get up at 4:30 or something.
I mean, yeah, at that point, yeah, I just get up and start getting ready because I try to go back to bed for another hour and I can't fall asleep. So there's no fucking point. And I'm just like, I leave later, so I deal with all the traffic that I would have avoided earlier. So I'd rather, it's either I'm late or I'm early. I'd rather be fucking early. So
Yeah. And you never do like the snooze button or whatever.
no, I can't do that.
Just
No,
that 5 minutes.
no, I can't do it. No, if I'm awake enough to press the button, I'm awake. That's my personal hell because I will fall asleep, and right after I fall asleep, motherfucker. And it has to be a little stupid, annoying alarm like that because we try to have the one that has like crickets and frogs to be, you know, more gentle and wake you up. I'll sleep right through that. My wife has to nudge me. Hey, get the fuck up. The alarm's going off.
Yes, some people are so bad they have to have like 2 or 3 just so that they have to fumble around the room, you know?
Right. No, mine's over to the side, so I have to sit up and reach to the far end to shut it up. And by then I'm awake. My wife will sit there. I can get up, get ready, and have the TV on. And I said, hey, wake up. I'm going to leave. Huh? I'm leaving. Oh, okay. Bye. I can't do that. Anyway.
At least it's not too bad tonight. It's a little bit after 1, so.
Yeah. Last time it was.
The last time we went to bed at like 3.
I ended up going. I had messed something with something on my computer, so I was up till 4. And she's like, "Well, she got mad at me because I totally forgot our dog's diabetic. Well, she gets her shot at 6 in the morning, so she's like, I have to either stay awake for 2 hours, or I have to fall asleep and hopefully wake up in 2 hours." Yeah, it was a dick move on my part. Shit. So, okay. Well, thank you for listening this far. I guess you did if you're here.
Yeah. Right. You check out Frank's channel at High Rod 57
54.
54 Chevy. I always forget about that.
Everyone says that.
Is 57 Chevy? Are those good too?
Well, yeah, they're the tri-5s. The 55, the 56, the 57 are some of the most mass produced because they came out with the V8 and 55. So those are the holy trinity, the 3 that you'll see the most of. And I think that even in shit shape, they still get high prices. Mine's just a little bit too old, so
yeah.
Still a great car though. But no, I'm gonna try to do some more content. It's cold and I'm sleepy.
Yeah. Well, I like I said before, I just feel bad. You buy all this nice stuff and you don't really.
Well, I mean, I have it because I want to. I can get around and play with it, and I don't have a schedule for it. It's a hobby. Like I said, guys I follow on YouTube. They're like, this is a hobby to me. As soon as it actually becomes work, I won't do it. So.
Well, that's something nice to look at, right?
Yeah.
You even want to? You still want to have that be a NAS, huh?
I mean, it's gonna be.
Yeah. You don't have to have it. It doesn't. Like, what's the minimum specs you would say for if you just want just raw storage? You just want to be able to maybe like play a stream, like play a movie or something off of it. Like,
I mean, I have right now my computer that has all my hard drives hooked up to it has just a Core 2 Duo, but it sucks. So, I mean, I couldn't.
Is it slow streaming or like?
No.
Is that I don't know, like what you.
I have video that's like 1080 with FLAC audio, and that only thing that buffers is it takes a second to download the sound.
Okay.
So, and that might just be my internet connection, my connection speed in my house because everything's got those power line adapters. Yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, I figure I'll be okay with whatever. So, anyway, guys, Thanks for coming on.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oops.
That is so good.